Okay, let's see here. I do have this propped up. Let's get this situated. Focus. Oops. Okay. Straighten the camera. I have to do all this after I go live, so it takes a moment. Hey, Pacola. I'm just doing a little bit of settings here. There we go. You know, it's pretty good. Maybe a little brighter, not too bright. How's that look? Yeah. Hey, everyone. It's just us so far, Pacola. Let me tweet. Oh, my goodness. I'm on a little thing here that I'm going to prop up so I can get no glare if I need to. Thank you. Let me tweet real quick. How you doing? Um, I did download the new, updates for the camera. So I don't know. I can't tell, because it's the first time that I've tried to go live with the new download. All right, and hang on, morning. LinkedIn profile. Let's see. I need my little artist, my coffee cup. Where's my coffee cup? I lost my coffee cup. Wait a minute. I got to find my coffee cup emoji. Where's my, there it is. Calling out the morning live, LinkedIn profile. There we go. Hey, Joy. Hey, Joycia. Hello. Good morning. And if you're watching this live, if you're watching the recording, I talk for a few minutes before we start a project. So if you're watching the recording, you don't like to hear the chit chat, just fast forward. Okay, so I think I'll zoom in one. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see how that looks. How's that look? Hey, Terry. Good morning, Terry. I sound like I'm talking to my cats. Good morning, twins. That's why I talk to them in the morning. Where are you? Here we go. Let me turn up my. Here we go. Good morning, Terry. Hey, Melody. Anybody else popping in? It's a little crooked. Let's fix that. Okay, these are my supplies. Oh, still a little crooked. Hang on, guys. Let's get my camera situated here. There we go. You're welcome. You're awake now? Hi, Jill. Hey, Julie Topaz. Wee Hootie. Anybody else popping in? Hey, Essie. So, Jill, did I miss? I'm sure I'm missing some people. So, good morning to everybody popping in. Let me move my paper cutter there. Keep bumping into that. Hey, Dot. I'm sure I'm missing some people. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in Monday morning. I love my Monday mornings. I love my Mondays. Hey, Kim. Sharon, first time catching live in the UK and have a day off. Yay, Sharon. Well, welcome. Hey, Seeley. So hope everybody's doing well. Had a good weekend. What did y'all do over the weekend? What did y'all do artistically, if anything? Did anybody do anything artistic over the weekend? I did finish her. So I'm going to move on to a new page in a Momo Girl. I'm going to do pick berries and bake ya. Yeah, I saw that Terry. Terry went berry picking. And who I think was it I forget who it was. I thought maybe it was Janet, but maybe not. Somebody asked if you would adopt them. Hey Victoria. Hey Lynn. And I want y'all to welcome Lynn. Lynn is our new mod. Thought I'd surprise y'all. Although I did tell Picola, I just hadn't talked to anybody else, Julie or Terry or anybody. So it was you, Glee, to ask for it to be adopted. Good morning, by the way. So I think I need to move my camera over. No, no, I guess that's good right there. I put my this is one of those art clipboards. So I just put it on this. The reason being, I have this box right here, right? So I can prop up if I get a glare. So right now it seems to not have a glare, but if we close the book, see that glare. So yeah. And did my daily art post. That's about it. Hey, that's a lot, Julie. So yeah. Hey, Scoops. Finished a picture in Romantic Country. Third picture this year. Wow, that's good because you're a busy woman there, oh Scoops. Hey, Pamela. And guys, if it looks blurry to you, go down to your settings and move it up to HD. Okay. While you're here live, hey, Star, scrunch it up to higher resolution, HD, and your video should be clearer if it's not already. Because sometimes YouTube defaults back to 144. And I've had it happen to me too. I've gone to people's channels and I thought, what happened? What happened to the quality? It's because you have to set your settings up. So, hey, Teresa. So if you're a little blurry, hey, Mark, good morning. Mark, are you looking for, are you applying for new jobs or something? I saw you all dressed up on Facebook. Ty. I said, Mark's moving up the ladder or something there. Oh, good. Okay, Jill. Yeah. So if your particular video is quality is not that good, look and see. Make sure you are up to 720 or 1080. If you're at 1080 and it starts buffering, then move it down to 720. Okay. So yeah, so just I made myself a note to remind people of their settings because I forget. I'll go to someone's video and go, what the. I'm going for house YouTube. Oh, awesome! Well, congratulations, Mark! Yay! Congratulations. Well, you sure look sharp. Hey, Esther. Hey, Diana. Everybody popping in. Thanks for being here. Hey, Shirley. So I just want to say good morning to everybody. You'll be fine, Lynn. Just go over there and click. Go look for yourself. Click on now. Don't kick it. Don't kick me accidentally. But you can go over to the end of someone's name. Do it to one of the mods. So you kick a mod, and you can don't click it, but you can see what's under there. It's just like ban or kick or something like that, and then there's mute for a few minutes or something. Yeah, go practice on Terry. No, let's wait for Eileen. Practice on Eileen. I'm so bad. Hey Barry. Terry, you're so funny. So anyway, guys, let me turn my fan a little here. Girls are hilarious. So this is what I finished over the weekend. And I did practice with a couple other things, just, random test with my Pan Pastels. And so I am going to I thought about doing her, but I decided on doing, because this is a double page and that's probably more I can get done in 4 hours. So we're going to do her. But I might practice some random faces too, because I just want to get better at shading faces with the pastels. Hey, Claire. Anybody else popping in? Good morning. Um, so I might just go from, a couple different faces. So I want to practice with the Pan Pastels. And of course, I do all the detailing with pencil. So I thought I'd do that today. Wednesday, I probably am going to try to do some more abandoned books. I did do this piece right here over the weekend. Oh, I did do this over the weekend too. And it didn't look. Look, let me move it here. So when I posted it, it looks like this. Let me prop that up. And what I did is I photographed this with my cat's eye, the photograph of her eye. It's on my iPad. I use my iPad, but yeah, well, I won't try to dig it out. But anyway, and there went my light. Okay, well, I don't know if that new software update did anything because it's still messing up my light. But anyway, so I put the cat's photograph of her eye behind here and photographed it. So let's adjust the light again. Okay, it was supposed to help correct the lighting situation with the new update or whatever, but whatever. So yeah, I photographed it with the actual light of the iPad, her eye back there. So I'm going to be doing some more round disc type art, and I have some plans for it coming up. So this is one of my experiments. My what do you call it? Hang on, guys. Okay, let's see if that'll lock it there. But I'm not going to talk about it yet. It was yeah. I'm not going to talk about it yet because it's still in my, a lot of it. I've got pages and pages of notes and my idea collecting at the moment. So I'm collecting ideas for it and working on that. But I just want to show you I did that over the weekend. And I started some more, so I got more things going here. But anyway, I should put, let's see here. Since I'm going to be on the pad, let me put this back under. Let's do a little adjusting here. Well, that's not going to really make a difference, is it? All right, hang on. Let's get a picture back here to get something for the camera to focus on. And now I'll readjust the lighting again because now it went dark with the white paper. Yes, it did. There we go. Okay, so, and I got it propped up. That way, hopefully there won't be any glare. But I'm going to do her today. And maybe, I don't know, I might do some testing on some other ones. But I wanted to show that I did finish this one. So we did get something done over the weekend. All right, let's see. This needs to come this way. I'm trying to keep, because when there's a grid, it bugs me in the camera that it's not straight. So if I'm missing some people, hey, Faithful, Pam, Kimberly, sorry, I was adjusting things, so I missed seeing some of y'all come in. We'll get it there, guys. Unfortunately, you can't do all this stuff before. the show. It has to be done during the show. So thanks, kid. Yeah, I think she turned out pretty good. So I finished her hair. I haven't photographed. I haven't posted her yet. Hey, Suze. I haven't posted her on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter yet, but I will. I'll do that today too. Okay, so y'all. Hey, Jean. Anybody else hopping in? Jean, did you get your happy mail? Did you get your your monkey with the glasses? Did you get that happy mail? Everybody else got theirs, but I haven't heard you say you got yours, unless you showed it on a show and I missed it, which you very well may have. Go on stream. Just oh, well, hi Heather. Welcome. It's likely in my mailbox. Haven't been in the mailbox in a week. Oh well, okay. Hey Limo. Hey Jen, reading with Pugs. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Trying to catch up with the chat. Hey Eileen. So you guys, Lynn is our new mod, and Eileen, I told her to practice on you. So if there's any kicking or banning to practice with, she's going to practice on you, Eileen. Hey, Janet. Did I miss Janet? I knew you'd love that, Eileen. Hey, and I said hi to Sharon. Yeah. So, yeah. So, if Eileen's not around, you can practice on Janet. Oh, so anyway, guys. Oh, you can't boot a mod. Okay. Well, there you go. You knew more about it than I did, Lynn. See, I always thought we had that boot option on Eileen. I really did. I thought that if Eileen got out of control. uh, hey, Graceland. Yes, I was able to help Sammy with her camera. We talked in message, and I think she'll be fine. She downloaded her camera settings off of Logitech, so she'll be fine. Yeah, she just got to play with them like we all do, you know. And lighting does fluctuate, and so I try to, it's a little bit of a challenge, but y'all be patient with her, which I know you will be, and she'll be fine. She'll be fine. I think she streams tomorrow, right? I think Tuesday and Thursday. I think she streams on Tuesday and Thursday. So y'all look for Color and Chat with Sammy. She might pop in here. So yeah. Okay, so this is what I did over the weekend, like I said, and we're going to. This was my first choice of what, but I thought it's a double page spread. I don't know that I can get it all done. Remember, guys, if you want to talk to me, I took away the I took away the little post. There it is. If you want to talk to me, put it in caps. Let me move this plastic here because it's putting a glare. And Connie, I got Connie's book, so if she comes in, I'll show that. She sent me part 2. She sent me the Grimm's Fairy Tales, volume 2. So we can do a flip through that. I think I'm going to color some of that at Halloween because it's got, it's Grimm's Fairy Tale, and they're kind of grim. Oh, there she is. Okay, Connie, I'll do a quick flip here. And they're kind of grim. This one's the sexy girls. So, but I will do a flip through real quick. See, there's skulls, and let me scroll. Let me zoom in one. There's now let me readjust the lighting. I'm sure. So they're kind of some of them have kind of they're very buxomusy, buxmus. But they have monsters in them too, right? Because they're Grimm's fairy tales. And so we'll probably do some of the Grimm's during Halloween. So those different, creatures and all the pretty girls. This is a steampunk one. I like the steampunk one. I might let me get over here so it's not. I might do the steampunk one. So giant spiders and Aladdin. There's Aladdin. So yeah, thank you, Connie. We'll be doing some of this. I think these are, that's the kind of thing I like to do at Halloween. A little creepy, Rapunzel. I think Beauty and the Beast there. Get back up here. And this is slaying a dragon. It looks like there. So yeah. So Connie, thank you. Now I have volume 1 and 2. Very fun. Very pretty girls. And a little color, little step 1, choose your Grimm fairy tale. Step 2, obtain the coloring instruments of your choice. Start coloring. Remember to let your mind wander and resist the urge to look at the clock. Step 4, have fun. So thank you, Connie. Yeah. Hey, Vicki S. Anybody else popping in? Okay. So we're going to start with her. Thank you. Could you give me some juice? Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, yeah, we're going to color her with Pan Pastels and pencils. Love the book. I've yet to tackle anything from any of them. Oh, really, Loretta? Okay. Yeah, no giant spiders for you, Julie Topaz. Hey, Joanna. So yeah, so hope y'all had a good weekend. Did you get any more? Jean, I think you said you worked on your painting. Jean's working on watercolor painting. I think she had to redo it. Hey, Colleen. Colleen's redoing her. She just got a new house, so she's redoing her art space. Can skin tones be achieved with only the primary colors? You can do skin any. I mean, we can do her, any color. If you mean like when I'm doing pencil portraits, there's always a skin undertone, green, yellow, purple. There's undertones of color. And I'm just, with the Pan Pastels on the color book page, I just, I'm not putting 20 layers because it's just really not necessary. I only have the base of the crystal ball left and to fix one small section inside the glove. Oh, yay. Good, Jean. So, sometimes I'll put some, I got a glare on there we go. I had a glare on my computer. Yeah. So if you're looking at a portrait, if you're doing a portrait and you're looking at somebody's face, then you can see those colors in there. But I'm not looking at a portrait. I'm just doing it, right? So I'm just making it up. So there's no undertones that I have to put in or anything like that. You can, shade it how you want. But depending on how in depth you want to go. So I have not tried my portraits on pastel paper or on, with the Pan Pastels yet. I've done a couple tests on the pastel matte paper. The only thing about the pastel matte paper, it kind of tears up the tools. I mean, it's just the roughness of the paper. It kind of tears up the tools a little bit. I mean, not immediately. I mean, not like I just go over it and then it's tore up. But I noticed the wear and tear on the Pan Pastel soft tools. It does tear into. Oh, you're welcome. Hey there, Sammy. Yeah, one of the girls asked if you got your stuff working, and so yeah, we talked in message, and Sammy's got her software going. So yeah. So the mat, what's it called? Here, let me see. This paper here. I'll show you my little test so far. So I started doing another pug. I haven't got very far, but the pastel matte paper, I wanted to test it out because I want to try some animals. I want to try some flowers. I want to do, yeah, good, Sammy. And I want to do some other things with different papers. And this is a pastel matte, and this is not inexpensive. And so I started a new pug, and it's just the base. There's not any detail yet. But this paper, it's rough on your tools. I don't know that this was made for Pan Pastels per se, but the paper is very it's kind of absorbent, and maybe that's kind of why people like it. It does suck in the pastel, but it's rough on these tools. I don't know what sanded is. I don't know if this is considered sanded paper or not. It doesn't say. Uh, it doesn't say, Janet, but it doesn't feel like sandpaper. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it kind of treats your tools like sandpaper. It's rough on these tools. So that's the only thing. I mean, it works well, but it's tough on your Pan Pastel soft tools. So, but here's my test so far with that. That's as far as I got. Yeah. Um, okay, Janet. If you'd like one of these, I'll send you one of these too. If you want to test, one of these, and you can see the difference yourself. So, okay. Um, I think we may be better off using clear gesso. Well, I'm not gessoing anything. I'm gonna use the paper as it is, the paper. So I'm not gessoing anything before I do my Pan Pastel, Suze. I haven't even tested that. I didn't gesso anything before. I just never gesso anything. I mean, I've done some tests with it for you guys, but I'm not impressed with working on top of gesso for detail, color pencil. I'm just not impressed with using gesso as a base for any of it. I don't know if I don't know. I haven't used any of that stuff, Colleen. This is, Pan Pastels are all new to me. So yeah. Okay, so let's get started on her. I hope everybody had a good little chit chat. I do have this. I have this propped up, so I don't know that it matters too much. Can y'all even tell a difference? I don't know. I have it propped up so that there is no glare. I think it's okay right there. What do y'all think? We can zoom in one more if you want. We can just get it a little closer. I think I just don't want to lose our focus here. That's pretty good. What do y'all think? Does that look good? Yes, men are allowed spook news as long as you behave yourself. Yeah. We have one of our mods, Ian, is here. So, we'll leave him. I don't know if he's here right this minute, but yeah. Yes, of course you are. Hey, Shay. Anybody else popping in? Thanks, Faithful. Faithful, I like your dark skin thumbs up. I love you. You're so fun. If y'all haven't gone over to Faithful Mess's channel, y'all go over and follow her. She's fun. Yeah, as long as your pants stay on. Yeah, Faithful. Yep, there's no girls club here. Exactly, Gene. No girls club. Okay, so yeah, so let's go ahead and start. I think I want, because she has freckles, I'm gonna, want to probably make her a redhead. So we'll probably make her a redhead. So maybe we'll start with her hair. So maybe we'll start with this auburn color. Well, it's a permanent red shade. The true color of this row is this color, and it looks a little orange on camera, but this is the shade. This is and how the colors are broke down. They'll have, let me show you here. they'll have, this is the true color, which is permanent red. This is permanent red tint. Okay. Then there's permanent red shade and permanent red dark, extra dark. So these are all the same color. This just has white and this has, black or gray or whatever they, to darken it. But this is the true color. Well, I'm not going to use that in her hair. So we're going to, now I might start with the pink face, a little bit of pink and maybe a little bit of peach color, an orange, maybe these two colors. She's going to be pretty pale. She's going to be a redhead. She's going to be a ginger snap. She's going to be a ginger snap, Julie. Don't forget, guys, and if you're new, put it in caps if you want to talk to me. And don't put caps if you're not talking to me, because I'll think you're talking to me. You talking to me? So, yeah. So I might put a little coating of skin on her to start with. And let me get a paper towel here. So you just clean your tools with the paper towel. And even though it looks stained, as long as there's nothing coming off on the paper towel, then it's clean. Okay? Okay, Bacola. All right, so let's go ahead and start. I'm going to just put the peach color, and I'm just going to put it all over her face. Now, remember, one of the nice things about Pan Pastels, remember also, I'm new to it. I've only done maybe 6 or 7 pieces by this time, and a few partial ones to test. So I'm no expert. I'm learning it as well. But one of the nice things about it is the erasability. So being able to put on, see, I'm just going over everything. I'm not going to go over her teeth, but you can go over pretty much, like her lips or anything. I mean, if you accidentally got it on her teeth. But what I'm saying is you can erase it. So you can get until you fixative it. Now, she looks very yellow on camera, but she's not that yellow on camera. I mean, in person. Once you fixative it, I just use. Hang on, guys. I got some on my hand somewhere, and I'm smearing it. I got it on my. Let me get. That's you got to keep your hands clean too. Let me clean my hands off. I picked up some red on my hand there. Once you fixative it, then you can't erase it back to white. So you want to be aware of where anything, if you're out of lines anywhere, or you want to go back to a light color, and you got to clean your little tips off of your array. I'm using the small size that came with my other one. Where's my other one? I just had it here. Okay, so the AFMAT came with this size and this size with the little adapter. So what I've done is in my Derwent one that I already had, I put the adapter because they're the same size, whatever you want to call it, fitting. And so they're interchangeable. So I put the plastic one with the small tip in my Derwent, and then I have the regular size one in my AFMAT. So but you see how it's dirty? So you need to come over on another separate piece of paper and buff it off, make sure it's clean. So you can erase anything like mistakes here, like if you get out of line or, you get some on there. But before you spray it, you want to make sure everything is where you want it. Because if you have like a big blob of red somewhere and you spray it, you're going to fixative it to the, hey, Susan, you're going to fixative it to the piece, right? All right, so now let's see. And I'm just playing here. So let's go ahead and put some pink. And see, I might have got too much yellow. I kind of wanted a cross between the pink and that's pretty good. A cross between the pink and the yellow. So now I'm going to put a layer of the pink over the yellow. And I'm going right over those little hearts on her face. I'm going over the tip of the nose, her chin, the places that are going to be highlighted, because I can erase them out. It's just easier to put it all on and then take some of it off. I know that sounds funny, but you know. And then you put your details. Here's our a little bit of her arm showing here. And then the details you can put in with color pencil. So we're still going to be using color pencil with the Pan Pastels. I can't see myself not using pencil with the Pan Pastels because the detail factor, getting in the eyes and just little areas, you know. Watch you very closely, have it all dry. Oh, so do I, Sammy. It's new to me too. Like I said, I've only done maybe 6 or 7, and a couple of half done. You weren't here, but I did finish this piece here. I did finish her, so she's done along with the flowers on that side. But so and her eyes are done with pencil. Her hair, see, you can see how I've done the blonde hair, and really this is kind of a green color. It's kind of the same color as the leaves. Her hair is like a lemon color, and so hey, Scoops. So I did finish her over the weekend. So, okay. I ought to take the cover off, really. I got to take the dust jacket off because it's kind of slipping. This is the cover of Momo without the dust jacket. Thank you. All right. So she is going to be, like I said, she's going to be a ginger. She's going to have red hair. So I'm just going to leave the skin for a minute. And you can fixative it and then go back and work on it some more. But again, like I'm going to want highlights. I'm going to want her nose lighter. I'm going to want her chin lighter. And you don't have to use an electric. You can just use, a kneaded eraser or the white, any of the white plastic kind. Don't use a red rubber eraser though. They're kind of banned from my house. So you can erase like highlights on top of her eyebrows. So you can erase places, and I'll just use my big brush here to get rid of crumbs. Let's feather that back in a little bit. So the trick to me with the Pan Pastels is the erasing. It's the erasing. I love the erasing ability, right? So let's just go like right under her eyes. Yeah. So Sammy, now that you got your Pan Pastels, I would recommend, you don't have to have, unless you already have one, an electric eraser. It's just more detailed. You can just get more details, and I would recommend that. It's to intimidate you. Well, you gotta just try. All right, so now I'm going to erase a little bit off of her cheeks, right where those little hearts are. I'm just going to kind of erase where her cheeks are going to be. You got the Derwent one? Yeah. And apparently you can buy replacements. I guess AFMAT sells the replacements. And when you buy the replacement, Sammy, it will come with the small one and the adapter, the plastic adapter for the tiny eraser. So you don't have to have two. You don't have to buy this. You don't have to buy this particular brand to get the tiny eraser and adapter. They both fit in each other. Okay, they're interchangeable. And then the kneaded eraser, which I hadn't used one of these in years since art classes and stuff, because I just like white plastic erasers. But this is gentle. This is gentle with the Pan Pastels. So you can get softer erasing too, because with the electric eraser, it digs right in. It digs right in and goes right where you put it, right? I've done one needs a lot more practice. Yeah, it does take practice, you know? And of course, if you've been working with pencils for, half your life, then, you're going to have a little bit of an advantage of someone that just picked up Pan Pastels for the very first time. Hey, Tatiana. I hear about lurk. Okay, lurk away, girl. Lurk away. Thanks for just having us on the background. Yeah. And so Sammy just got her some Pan Pastels last week. And so, and she got her webcam. She's all set up. So I think tomorrow she is going to, I'm going to guess you're going to use your Pan Pastels tomorrow. Are you going to use your Pan Pastels tomorrow, Sammy? Of course. Okay. Oh my gosh. And I watched a little bit of Anne's show. Anne is A Colorful Life. Anne. She does a Sunday afternoon, and I didn't get to watch all of it, but I caught the very, very beginning. I was lurking. I didn't go in and talk. But did you catch any of it, Sammy? She was trying to do a hello like you. And I don't know if I can even do it. I can't because I can't. It's not my head exactly. But Sammy, when people come in her chat, she'll go, "Hey, let's see." I can't do it. Hang on. Hey all, hey all. I can't do it. But anyway, Anne was doing it every time someone came in and doing a riff on Sammy. It was so funny. Yeah. Hiya. It's not like hiya though. It's hey, hoya. Oh, I don't know. I can't do it. We'll see. We'll hear it tomorrow. I know. It's so cute. Sounds so happy. Thanks, Pacola, for the link. There's the AFMAT eraser link that Pacola just put in. So anyway, yeah, she's very, very upbeat. Her channel, she's very upbeat. All right, so I'm going to erase just a little more right there, and you can always blend it back in, But remember, you can't once you fixative it. Like if I fixatived it before I did this erasing, it wouldn't come off. I mean, I use a final fixative, but I think even a workable fixative, you probably wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know. So I know. Hiya. Yeah, I can't. I know. Me too, Limo. It's so cute. It's just so cute. All right. So let me get my tool here. Now we're going to put in a little bit of hair. And again, one of the nice things is that you can erase. So I'm going to have her have, that may be, I don't know, it's a little on the red side. I almost kind of might want to go with the darker one. Let's see. I want it kind of an auburn on the dark parts. So if you go out of line or whatever, of course, I'm going to do hair fullness, if you will. But any place that you get it where you don't want it, you just go in there and erase it. Okay. Oh, and the other thing, Sammy, I don't know if you saw, I showed this. It's not my trick. It's Sheldine. You need to follow Sheldine, Sammy. Sheldine, her channel, and the Pan Pastel channel. So what she does is if she wants to blend something, rather than doing all the blending on here, she takes and she puts it on her sponge. So she'll put the dark, the mid, and where's my light? This is not the light. Well, I'll go with this pink here. I'll just put a little pink just to show you. And the light. And then you can blend on the sponge. You can blend on the sponge better than trying to blend it all on here. Does that make sense? It's kind of like your palette. Like if you had a watercolor palette or acrylic, whatever, ink palette. And rather than doing the blending of the watercolor straight on the piece, you would use the palette. Well, it's the same thing for this. It's like your little palette. So you can get different shades here to work with. And again, there's little flippy hairs here. It's not that solid, but I'll go in there with my eraser. It's easier to go in there with your eraser and erase out the negative space than it is to try to with the tool anyway. You could do it with pencil. Get in there with each individual hair. Oh, okay. Well, again, Sammy, I'm new at it too, so you learn some tips to teach me. So yeah, I think I need a little bit more orange. Now I don't know. This might be this. No, let's see. Let's go with these two colors. And I'm not telling y'all the colors. I probably should. This is orange and orange shade. So see, that's the same color, just with dark added to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of clean off my sponge here and then clean it off on the paper towel. Don't, I will tell you one thing that I do know is you don't want any water in this. If you want to add any water, and I haven't tested this yet, but apparently you can take some of the Pan Pastel, put it on a palette and add water to it. But don't ever add water to this. Don't add water to your pans. If you want to make some, get some dust off to the side, well, I wouldn't even call it dust, just pastel. Or, if you want to maybe test it on the sponge or something with water, but don't ever put water in your pans. Yeah, CB, I know. I wouldn't have thought of this, but Sheldine, again, Sheldine, and she has done, she does other things too. She does pencil and other things. But so go to the Pan Pastel YouTube channel. Pan Pastel. Hey, Ian. Now I'm going to sound like saying, hey, hiya, Ian. It's contagious, Sammy. We're all going to start. um, Go to the Pan Pastel YouTube channel and look for Sheldine. And I think she's got a cat. Well, here, let me tell you what she's got on there. Hang on. Let me look real quick on my phone. I'll tell y'all on the Pan Pastel. Oh my gosh. Let me go to YouTube. Hang on, guys. I'm looking on my phone. And let me look up Pan Pastel. She did a portrait. Yeah, and she has her own channel too. Sheldine has her own channel too. But on the Pan Pastel channel, she has done. Let me turn my light down. Hang on. Let me turn my lighting down on my phone so it doesn't flash out. Okay, so she did a cat. She did here's her cat. I think this is her. So I put my outline down already, and you can choose. I think she's Australian. Use the transferring method. You can use a freehand method. You can use a grid. Okay, so let me mute that though and just show you. Let me just forward. So she has a little cat sketched out. Well, it's a large piece, but anyway. And then let me forward into where she's worked on it. So here's her. This is what she's working on. And there's the piece that she's going off of. So, yeah. And that's on the Pan Pastel website. Or, I'm sorry, Pan Pastel YouTube channel. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to get some of the orange. I'll just use this little spot right there. And then some of the kind of the orange shade. And I just don't want the bright orange, but I don't want it quite as dark as that goldy color because I want to add if you ever look at redheads, they're a little tricky because their colors are they have so many different shades of redheads, And we'll blend. We can do it with the Pan Pastels. We can go back in with pencil, highlighting. And I'll blend those two so it's not such a harsh transition right there. Then maybe a little bit more orange right in here. And then back up to maybe some of the, let me clean off my sponge. Hi, Elizabeth. Does the pencil rub? No, it doesn't really rub off. The Pan Pastels, I mean, you can pick it up on your, but it's not like, all right, so I'm going to go on there. You can barely see it. Here's the comparison. Look, see, that's if you go right into the pan. So you're picking up some. You do have to fixative it. You do have to seal it. Yeah, you can change the color of your, yeah, you can go in here with other color pencil. Like I could go in here with more red on top of the orange, you know? So yeah, I'm just kind of base coating it right now. Okay. I'm getting my base coating done here. I'm going to blend this in and I'm going to, and I'm also going to erase. You'll see. And you can also use Posca. I've used Posca highlighting. You can, you know, it's all for me. It's all mixed media. I never feel like I have to only use one thing. Oh, I'm using Pan Pastel, so I can't use pencil. Oh, I'm using Pan Pastel, so I can't do blah blah blah. You're the boss of your color book or painting or whatever. Hey Tina, good to see you. How you doing? So when I want a straight color, I'm going right to it. If I want to kind of blend it in, I'll go over here to the sponge. And I'm not looking at it. I could look at a redhead and get more accurate, you know, color waves and things like that. But I don't want to right now. I just want to play, you know? So I'm just doing whatever I feel like. I could make her have blue hair, purple hair, pink hair, you know? Okay, a little more orange in there. Oh, and the other thing too, Sammy, when I did not tell you this, and maybe you already noticed it, unless you're using like XSplit or OBS or something like that, if you're just going straight live, what you see in your camera, I mean, on the screen will be backwards. So I'm seeing it's backwards in my on the screen, but I'm used to it now. But just be aware, be aware that you will have what you see on your camera will be backwards. Yeah, I did it my way. Yes, Jean, exactly. But I just go straight live. I haven't done any broadcasting software. I just use my camera setting software. So, yeah. So I'm kind of getting, it looks a little dark right now, but we'll erase out highlights and stuff. I just want to get a base coat going. I just want to get it started here. Okay, a little darker in the, and I think I need a smaller tip here now. Okay, let me put this tool down and let me get the pointier one. So this is the one I was using. And then I'm going to go to this pointier one. Y'all, there's also this, and they're all called soft with two F's. No, no, Sammy, when you see it backwards, everybody else is not seeing it backwards. They're seeing it correctly. Just, yeah, that's something to know because you're thinking, oh, everybody's looking at this backwards. And when I show something like a word, they're going to see it backwards. They're not seeing it backwards. So be be assured they're not seeing it backwards. Okay. And if you have any questions, I mean, I'm no expert at it. Jean, if you know, I don't think you have a Mac, but if you have a Mac, Jean's an expert with Macs. Um, and she also did the PDF. She did the PDF for Manicam. I know you have XSplit, but you know, yeah, it's for me, Heather. It's just so easy just to go live. and with my camera software open so I can adjust the lighting and the zooming and all that. I mean, I know there's advantages if you want to do camera in camera. I mean, if you want to do picture in picture, I should say, with like two cameras and do picture in picture, and those kind of things. There's advantages to XSplit, Manicam, OBS. There's advantages to it. But trust me, I like the ease of just, I don't edit, I don't crop, I don't do anything. Oh, the other thing too, Sammy, I don't know. You have to go into your YouTube settings and allow your chat to replay if you want your chat to replay. You have to go in and allow that. That's a physical, you have to manually allow chat. And so far, I've never, since I said it once, I never had to reset it again. The other thing is, Jean, what is it? The low, what's it called? A low latency. You need to set your YouTube setting to low latency in your YouTube settings. And this will help anybody, not just Sammy. It just happens that we were, helping Sammy yesterday. But yeah. Hey, Queen Pam. No, it's okay. And everybody, I found anyway, Sammy, the group that we all, interact with, everybody's good about it. Oh, thanks, Kim. Everybody's good about, we know it takes some time. It takes, got to have a little patience. Yeah, see, I just go straight live. Yeah, Michelle. I don't record, I don't do any recordings. I mean, I've done a couple here and there over the 8 years I've streamed, but for the most part, all my YouTube and uploads from before, when we were on UStream, they're all live shows, not edited, not cut out, not shortened, not anything. They are what they are. I've had to go in a couple of times in Ustream when I've accidentally showed an address and had to edit that out or something. Oh, but Gene, let me tell you this. I did not know this. I forget who it was. I was watching somebody doing a live show. Was it Ian? Maybe it was Ian, the craft. What's his name? Ian Crafter. Um, ah, what's his name? Anyway, and he was saying, because he does the YouTube live too, not exclusively, but he does YouTube live as well. And he was saying that if you go in and edit anything, you lose your chat. So I don't know if you knew that, Gene, or if anybody knew that. So if you do a live show and you want to go in and edit anything, you will lose your chat. You will lose you'll lose the recorded chat. Yeah, you'll lose the recorded chat. That's what he said. Now I haven't tested it, obviously, but so there's that. The other thing, Sammy, or anybody listening, after you go finish your stream, when you end stream, if you have like a 3, 4, or up to, what is it, 8 hours that you can live stream, if you have a long stream and a chat that you want to post, yeah, there's no tampering with reality, exactly. And I guess that's kind of good, because if you edited your video and the live chat was there, and it could be wrong, it could be wrong. So Sammy, it can take 2 or 3 hours to fully render, because this freaked me out. Mary LTA is the one that told me about it. So the very first 1 or 2 videos that I did, 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever those first ones were. When I finished the stream, I expected the full stream just to be there. Well, because we have long streams and a live chat that has to render, it can take 3 or 4 hours. Well, I think just I had one glitched on me, and it was the painting the sea monster one. It went overnight. It went 24 hours rendering, and it never rendered, and then it re-rendered, and I didn't do anything to it. It just said this video did not process, and we're going to reprocess it, and it reprocessed it. Okay, so you know that. Okay. Right. So you only get part of the upload. So like I'll give you an example with the sea monster one. So I spent about 2 hours, we chatted, showed some happy mail, did some, and then I started drawing the sea monster. Well, when the video showed to everybody else, it came in 2 hours in. So and I would recommend putting in your description box, remember the video can take 2 to 3 hours to render, because you always have one person that didn't hear this and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I missed the first half. Where's the first half? Why isn't the first half there? The chat's not there. Where's the chat? You'll get and I did the same thing. I did the same thing when it didn't happen, and then Mary told me, Mary Altier, she said, no, it can take 2 or 3 hours to get the whole thing. So just so y'all know that. And I don't know if it's different with the phones, with if you're doing it on, I just do everything on the webcam on my Logitech. So if you're doing it on a phone and it's different, don't email me. Okay, so I'm liking that's a little orange. I think I'm going to start by using my kneaded eraser here. Let me pull the tool down and get out some of the orange. I just want a little less orange. Now remember, we can always go in here, and it's also giving me the highlights. We can go in here with pencil for detail. You don't have to, and I've used polychromos and my Prisma, and both work fine with the Pan Pastel. I haven't tried the Holbees or the Loomies yet with the Pan Pastels, but I'm sure at the very least you can fixative it and then work on top of it. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, what Gina's saying, there's a couple things. If your chat disappears while you're streaming, or maybe if you're not streaming, well, two things I want to reiterate. One is the little setting. If you are seeing this not in HD, you need to go down to the little wheel under your video and move it up to a minimum of 720. You can try 1080 for even more HD clarity, but if it starts buffering at 1080, then turn it down to 720. The other thing is too is when you're streaming, Sammy, if you're if or anybody, I'm just using Sammy because she's new at it and we're talking about it. When you have your camera settings are behind your live screen, your Logitech camera settings are behind there. Well, when you bring them up to adjust something, and then you go back to clicking your screen and they go back in the back, you need to make sure and click your chat line, because otherwise your chat can disappear. Click the chat line after every time you adjust something with your settings, the lighting, the zooming, whatever it is. Then go back on your live chat show and click where you would type, the line that you would type. Click that so that the chat's locked in. Otherwise, your chat's not locked in. Okay, so that's a little better there. I think I want a little bit more orange, just a little tiny bit of orange maybe down in some of the curls down here. And again, I'm going off the curls, but I'll go in there and erase. So this is kind of like the orange is kind of like the highlighting, or the brighter of the colors. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here just to, give some more examples with my eraser. And this is the larger one because I'm going to go around the edges first. If the sound bothers you, just mute it. I'm just going to go around. Well, like I can get some of the negative space. But if I want more of the tiny negative space, I'll go in there with the tiny one. Can y'all see that right there? And so anything that's out of lines, or you over blend it outside the lines or wherever you want the color to be, you can just get in there with your eraser. And don't do that with your hand. At the minimum, use a soft paintbrush. Use a soft paintbrush to get rid of that. I just use my old drafting brush that I've had for I don't even know how many years. Okay, so I got some color on her teeth. Okay. She looks like your redhead. Aw, Sunny D. That's a good name too for ginger snaps, and that's what Julie Topaz calls them, ginger snaps. Okay, so now I'm going to get my smaller eraser that I have in the Derwent. It's the same, basically the same thing. Just got, one's got a little different casing, but the tips are the same. Now I do know I need to change the battery in my Derwent. Hey Darla, it's still working, so I haven't done it. But it's got a tiny, tiny eraser. So what I can do now with this one is just get in there in the negative space. Maybe I need to zoom in a little more. I hate to zoom in because I'm going to work on the whole thing. See the little openings that I put in her hair there? So I'll do that on this side. Oops, wrong eraser with the little one. Now I have to decide, I thought about having pink hearts, pink bow, and pink and lime in her dress. So I think I'm going to go with that. So again, I could go in here with the Pan Pastels on the background. Okay, let's say I want a pink background with dark pink hearts. Well, then I can go in here with my, let me get a clean tool. Okay, let's get a different tool here. Let's get one of this little different shape. But hi, Louise. So what I want to do is I'm going to go in here with the pink because I'm going to have a light pink background with dark pink hearts. But that doesn't mean you have to go in here around every heart. Okay, you can go over the heart. So I'm just going to do the whole background pink here. Even go if I went out of lines here, then you can just erase it out at the end. So don't worry about. So I think sometimes it's better to go over the line because then you don't have any kind of little gaps there. You won't have any little white gaps if you just go ahead and go right out over the line, just a bit, And I'm going to do her bow pink too. It's going to be a different. Oh, there's a little bit of her hair up there. I need to get that. So I'm going to get all this base coated with the base of pink. And it doesn't take much, like a little swipe. Now, you don't want to dig in. You want to pull it across. You want to swipe it. And she's got part of her Korean poem right there. I'll just kind of maybe fade it out right there, right over the poem. And what I'll do is I will color the hearts with pencil. Any questions or anything? Remember, put it in caps if y'all have any questions. Hey, Jelly. Stephen. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Okay, so again, this is the base coating. And whether you want to, and this will be a learning process for me and anyone that wants to do it. It'll take you a while to say, okay, now do I want to go ahead and when I spray it? Do I want to fixative it some? Do I want to go ahead and put the pencil on there? It's going to be a learning process of the system that you use for spraying, when to spray, when to erase, what kind of fixative are you using. I use the final fixative, so you can't really erase it after the fact. So you want to get it locked in at first. Yes, this is the Momo book, Pacola. This is without the dust jacket. It looks like this, I think, when you order it. This is what it looks like with the dust jacket. Momo Girls. Okay. Same thing for her dress. I want these flowers to be pink. There's going to probably be a black background behind the pink, and I want lime green leaves. Okay. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go with the pink. I think I'm going to make her collar lime green and maybe make a maybe I'll make that pink. And again, I'm going to go back in here and shade with pencil, right? So I'm going to put a pink edge on her collar, and the collar is going to be lime green. The leaves are going to be lime green, and the background's going to be black. So, and remember, if I get anything anywhere I don't want it, I'll just erase it. That's one of the nice things about the Pan Pastels is the flexibility to, I can go out of lines there. I can just do a whole base background without having to color. I mean, can you imagine how long it would take to do a pink color pencil background? It would that smooth. Now, that's another reason I always like to use acrylic paints, because you can base coat so much, right? You can base coat with acrylic paint, Neo 2 water soluble crayons, any kind of medium that you can base coat. It's just so much quicker. Not that you have to hurry in your coloring, but those of us that stream and everybody wants to see 20 different things colored, which I don't blame them. I would want to too. But it takes a long time. It takes a long time to do these details. All right. So now I've got the pink flowers, the edge of her, just so I know where I'm going with it. I'm sure there's a few more little petals here and there that I can do, but I'm going to do those in pencil. Okay. All right. So now the next thing I want to do is let me go back to the hair color here, because I got to get the top of her hair up in here behind the bow. And if you're going to rest your hand, if you're going to do detail work and you're going to rest your hand on the thing, you want some parchment, wax paper. You want something under your hand. Otherwise, you're going to be picking up all the color on your hand. I hope I'm explaining everything. Okay, the little hearts that are painted on her face, they're going to be the same color as these hearts, and they're going to be a dark pink. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let me go back to my eraser now. And I want to make sure my edges are clean here. And again, before you spray, take a good look. Because there's been a couple times I sprayed and I went, oh my gosh, I should have erased this or that. And then all you could do is paint it out or pencil it out, Posca paint it out or something. Okay, so there's a little bit of a redhead kind of got smeared there. A little bit there. So let's go back with the pink. Okay, so is everybody still with the tour? I haven't seen anybody address anything to me, so I'm guessing we're good. So there's more to do on her face and everything. I'm just, I'm taking a little bit of time here to do, especially since I'm trying to talk it out and I'm trying to learn it myself. Still follow. Okay. Do you think a rubber glove would prevent smearing? For me personally, I couldn't take it. I couldn't stand. I mean, I know there's people that have those half gloves to protect their work. Their fingers are cut out of here, and it's just like covering here. That would bother me. But if it doesn't bother you, there's those kind of specialty gloves that you can wear to protect your work. I just, they'd be filthy for one. I mean, look, I can barely keep Pan Pastels off my hands. Y'all see my hands when I do the mixed media and the abandoned and altered books. Oh my gosh, those things will be coated in paint. That's just me. If you're a neater person, maybe you could do it. I couldn't. We could cut all the fingers out. But again, I would be uncomfortable wearing it. So I'm going to get a little piece of wax paper here. Parchment paper, wax paper, whatever, I just want a little, I just want a little piece of parchment. those art boards, you know, the kind that have the clip on them. Well, you can't see it because it's covered up, but I can tilt. And Jean works on a tilt board, and I don't know why I never thought about it to keep the light glare from being an issue. So I just have one of those artist, you know, boards with black paper on it. It's just a chipboard one, you know. Well, here. Um, Set it on just a little bit of an angle. Well, I don't know about that, Desiree. The fun part, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just stop a minute on the Pan Pastel, and although let's see, yeah, I'm gonna stop a minute on that. All right, so let me go to my pencils here, and I'm just gonna use Prismacolor. Well, maybe I'll use a poly. Let's go with a poly. Because people like to see using different pencils. Let's see. All right, so let me get my polys out here. And do I want pink or do I want more? Let's see, I've got to find the right pink though. All right, let me test two, because I'm going to want two shades of pink. Probably this one, I'll tell you the names of them. And then maybe three. Let's see, that's probably this one. I never can read these things. It's so hard to read these colors. And I don't know if I want to go any darker yet. We'll just start with these two. What is the name of these colors? I got to get out my, what do you call it? What is it called? Light. Okay, it's called light purple. This is called light purple, even though it's pink. And I'm going to move this down here. All right, let's see if I can zoom and do a couple little bit of adjusting here. And let's get, looks pretty focused, but I got to get the, okay, I think I'm going to have to cover up my window. I did download the software. There's some new software for the camera settings for the 930 to supposedly adjust the light lock. Pacola sent me the link. I did it. I don't know that it's done anything personally. I don't know. I mean, it's not Pacola's fault. I'm just saying. I don't think I'm not saying I'm not so sure that the software did any light locking for me. Okay, so let's do. Just got to play a little bit, guys. Let me undo this. Let me see the backlight bit thing. Nope. Let's go back to that. There we go. All right. So I'm a little weird color, but the page looks like the correct color. Hey, Lisa. Anybody else popping in? All right. So I'm going to use my little piece of parchment paper here to work on a couple of hearts. I probably won't do all these hearts. I want y'all to see how I'm going to work with the pencil. All right, so I'll do a few. So I'm going to want the hearts to be darker pink, but you see now the background is all done. And then what I'll do, let me do three here. Just doing a solid little pink. Again, it's called light purple. I'm calling it dark pink. And then this one is madder. Red, I guess it's red matte, just says madder. Madder. And I'm going to start shading a little bit of the heart. Just like that. Can y'all see that? Hopefully, can y'all see that? Because my skin color is weird. But this is correct. It is a tricky balance in the lighting department. But I found that if I just use, and it just could be the particular kind of non-light locking camera that I have, but if I try to use direct sunlight, which is the best lighting, but it flashes it in and out and in and out. So plus I'm zoomed in quite a bit. Okay, so something like that, and then maybe with a little bit of a Posca highlight on the heart. So kind of do each one, something like that. What do y'all think? So do the hearts like that. And I'm just going to leave the background just like it is, like the pink, with all those little hearts all over it. Okay. All right, so the same kind of, I'm going to use those same colors for any of the pink. So I do want to, because that's so big, I can put some darker pink, maybe this purple. It might be too purple. Let's see. What do I want to do? Do I want to blend the pink? Maybe. Let's go to, that might be too purple. Maybe if I blended this purple and the red. Let's see. Let's try the magenta color, which is magenta, but I don't want it quite that purple. So I think I'm going to mix a little bit of the red into it. Let me get another sponge to mix on. Here's one that's got some purple and pink. So let's try that. Let's have the pink on it. All right, so I'm going to try to get me the color of pink I want. Not too red, not too magenta, sort of in between. A little more red. Because I want this bow to be pink. And then what I'll do is I'll go in here with my pencils and do, oh my gosh, guys, sorry. Just look, maybe it's because I'm too zoomed in. I don't know. Might be because I'm too zoomed in. I just want a little bit of something going on there. It looks really red on camera, but it isn't quite that red. But I'm going to go back over it with some pink. So just want to get a little bit of shade in there, okay? Hang on, guys. Oh, my white balance. Hang on, guys. We'll get it. We'll get it. When I zoomed in, it changed things. Hey, Sabrina, anybody else? If I miss saying good morning to you, I'm not not ignoring you. It's just that I'm, concentrating. All right, so now I'm going to go same with that same pink that I made that. I think I'm going to do a little bit of rosy in her cheeks here. Can always go back and take some out. But I think I want her to have little rosy cheeks. And she's going to have freckles, so let's just kind of carry that little pink right over the nose a little bit, right in there. Okay, and her lips, I'll probably have a little bit of that in her lips too. Remember, guys, you can always erase out. Let's do her tongue. Start bringing her to life. Just going to shade a little bit with the pink color. This tool's a little big for this, but this part. And let's put a little in her hair, a shadow under her curls there. Okay, let's start with that. All right, now I'm going to go back up here with the pink in the bow and blend that in. Blend it a little darker pink. And again, we can go back in and get it highlighted. All right, so we'll start with that. Now, where's my eraser? Do you have the full set pen? Yes, yes, Tracy. I think I might be missing one or two metallics or something, but I have the 80 set from Olga and art. Yeah, Olga, and then I have a couple of small sets from Bernadette from Pan Pastel Company. So I might be missing a color, but I have the 80 set. It came with all the tools. If you put a strong LED light, well, I do have a strong LED lights. All my lights are daylight bulbs, Ian. They're all, and I have my ring light right here. I mean, it's literally 1 foot from my fingertip, right there. I have it's a ring light about that big, and I've got it covered with parchment so it doesn't put a ring, you know. But it's my camera, I think. It just doesn't have light lock in. Yeah, and they've said that about the 930E. It's the more expensive Logitech. It's the more expensive. It's not the most expensive. There's a $500 one too, but this one's like when I got it was like 150. It's probably a little cheaper now. It's a $150 camera. It's the best Logitech one they have. But the tech geeks, I even went and looked on the tech geeks on YouTube and everything, said that the issue with the 930 E HD 1080p, whatever, the whole shebang, was that it doesn't have light lock. So then Picola found a thing about that they had a software update that was supposed to correct that. And so I downloaded it and it replaced my other one, but it doesn't seem to have really fixed light lock. I don't know. Now I have the other camera, the 920, which is what most everybody uses, the 920, which is just fine for what we do, but apparently mine crackles. It didn't crackle when we're on Ustream, but apparently it crackles over on YouTube. So what I think I'm going to do, and I think Ian's the one that suggested this, instead of replacing that camera, the 920, instead of replacing the 920, just get a new microphone. So I'm going to order me a new microphone to go with the 920, and then we'll test that one. It didn't though, Picola. I mean, maybe it did. Maybe it's better, but I can't swear to it. I can't swear that it's better. Y'all tell me, with the new, I don't know. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that hair color. Let me get my. See, here's another benefit about doing it on the sponge. You'll have those colors right there. So if you need to go back and do touch ups and add more, or whatever, you've got it on your sponge right here, right? So yeah, I'm going to get a mic. Yeah, that was a good idea, wasn't it? That Ian suggested. Yeah, don't replace your camera. Just get the new mic. So I have. Let me show you the one I got picked out. So I'm gonna get this one. I'll probably get it this week. I got it in my Amazon cart. Hang on. So it's a recommended one. It's the Snowball. It's and it's called the blue and it's white. Right. Uh, but all the bulbs in my room, I have 3 lights going here, including my ring light that's right there. They all have the daylight bulbs. And I would recommend that too. If you use just regular bulbs, like, I don't even know what they're called, non-daylight blue bulbs, then everything is yellow, you know? So the problem with this camera is the light fluctuation. It doesn't lock in the light like the I don't say the cheaper one, but the less expensive Logitech, the 920. It doesn't fluctuate. But the 930, which is supposed to be a better quality uh, picture, it doesn't lock in. Okay, well I know we've talk about it all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my same colors that I used in the hearts, and now I'm just going to add a little more detail right over the top of the Pan Pastel in the bow. And I'm trying to hold my pencil back so it's like not in your way. Oh, and then these little hearts on her face. I'll do it first with the pink and then go in there with the madder, Madder. Same way that I'm doing the background hearts. I'm going to put those little hearts on her face. Aw, hey, Connie, thank you. And then do a little bit of, I might have to sharpen this pencil because this is tiny, tiny business right there. But I think I kind of like the polys over the pastel because they're harder. I'm not doing as much blending. To me, the prismas blend, the polys layer. And because I'm not doing as much blending like I do with the prismas, for going over the pastel, because I've already got the base, right? I've already blended. I've already got a blend going. So now with the polys, it's more just a hard pencil laid overlay. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like the polys may be a little better to go over Pan Pastel. Oh, thanks, Dan. That's so sweet. You know, are awesome. All right, so now I'm just going between the two. Um, it's called purple pink, purple pink, light purple pink, and madder. These are the two polys that I'm using. And so now I'm just going to kind of feather that. And I could go back in there with let me get a little tiny tool here. I could go in there with a little, and it is a different material, guys. It's not the same as a makeup sponge. Although, I mean, I don't know what this stuff is made out of, but it's different than your makeup wedges that you buy. Now, I'm not saying that this stuff is not available in makeup products somewhere, but I don't do enough, makeup specialty makeup that I would know that that's the case, right? You know. All right, so now I can go in here with a little bit of tool here if I need to. Let's go back on our sponge here where I mixed those two colors. And then if I want to blend out any of my pencil, like right in here, if I want to blend out, I can go back over the polys and feather that. So you don't really ever have to have pencil marks. I think polys may be less likely to have pencil marks just because of the nature of the pencil. But if you have any places where you can see the pencil shading, like, you know what I mean, then all you have to do, well, I have to do a little more pencil here first. All you have to do is go over it with the pastels. Are you catching all this, Sammy? I'm teasing Sammy because she just got them too. take an old foam pillow apart, that foam works. Okay. Is it the same stuff? I don't know if I'd want to use a pillow. I guess if it was a new pillow. I don't know, Eileen. That seems weird. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but Eileen. Is that the foam? It's the foam that's it. Maybe we got to go to one of those pillows that you see advertised all the time. The guy that invented the pillow factory, the new pillow thing. Um, what is that? Maybe that foamy stuff. Uh, I don't know, but whatever it is, it has it's very dense. But not only is it dense, I mean, because you felt dense foam before, but it has and I hate to say the word oily because it's not oily, but it has a feel to it that like grips. It like grips your pastels. It's hard to explain. I don't know. It just might as well. I mean, if you're going to go to all the trouble to go find the right upholstery foam, you might as well just buy the tools. They're not that expensive. Oh my gosh. Is it hydrophobic? But I don't know, Pam. Oh my gosh, girls. Go on their website and look it up. I don't know. Oh my gosh, you girls are hilarious. Okay, I think I want a little more of a shadow right in there. And I just want a tiny bit on the edge so I don't have a black edge there. And again, see, look, I should be having my parchment paper here so I'm not smearing anything. So I want to put some of this down so I can show you when I go over it. You can, all right, so maybe a little of that and a little bit of pink. Layer of that. Bam. Oh my gosh, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Just kind of want to get rid of the black line, even if it's a pink line. I don't want a black line. All right, so I got enough there just to kind of show you. All right, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to mix up my pink and the magenta and the permanent red shade. Those two colors is what I got going on here to kind of make a dark pink. Not that's too purple, that's too red. So, and the pink itself, the pinks that come with it are light too light. I want a little darker, right? So now I can mix. Let me, maybe I need to get a, but anyway, so I can go right over the top of any of my pencil and it just smooths your pencil right out. Hobby Lobby has upholstery for 40%. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should get a piece of that just to test it. Oh my gosh, Eileen. All right, so now by just going over, and you probably should use a smaller tool. I'm using a bigger one that I blended with. But then you can go in there and smooth out any pencil you have. Any pencil marks that you made. Or add other colors in there. Maybe you want a little bit of blue. Maybe you want whatever. You can do whatever you want. It's your page. Okay, so I got a little bit of that. All right, so just for myself, just to have a little minute. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more of the little hearts around her head. Let me move this down just a little. I don't want to knock it off the top of the box, but all right, so now I'm going to go in here and just color in a couple more of the hearts because it kind of gives you a mental break from shading for a second. I'd have to cut it with an electric knife. Yeah, I've seen people do that with the turkey cutting knives, the electric knives, where people have cut foam. And I think I probably did it back in maybe in the 70s when I was reupholstering something, with cut it like that. I haven't done it in a while, but that seems like a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You're going to have to go buy you an electric knife, big, huge honking piece of upholstery foam so that you can have one of where's one small here? So that you can have this. Can tools be used with other pastels? I haven't tried them because see, I don't like other pastels. I mean, I use the occasional Conti crayon or to sketch out something, or the hard pastel sticks. I use those for like sketching. I just don't like chalky. I don't like the dry chalky, and these are not that way. Put the foam next to the turkey and start. Eileen, you're such a hoot. You're a hoot nanny. All right, so let me just go ahead and do a few of these. So there's just like, just a solid pink hearts. A lot of work. Ask me how you've cut these down, Lynn, to use with your Pan Pastels. All right, give us the deets there, Lynn. Give us the whole story. Don't hold back. Don't hold back, Lynn. What's the story on the foam? And did it work? And did you test it with Pan Pastels? And did it work? Or are you just laughing at all of us behind our backs, thinking we're going to try that, and little do we know? So thanks everybody that's here. If you want to get notifications anytime I go live, just hit the little notification bell, and I don't mind if you hit the thumbs up either. I called Eileen a goat. I did? No, I didn't, Joycey. Hi, Amy. Amy, writing diva. Ooh, that sounds. Do you have a channel? Is it writing? Is it journaling? Is it lettering? What is that? And I probably already follow you. I'm just kind of doing a little bow shading at the same time as I'm doing the hearts here. They're a wax binder pastel and they don't feel chalky. Yeah, exactly, Ian. They do not feel chalky. And Ian said it's because they have a wax binder and they don't feel chalky. They don't. I mean, they can get on your hand, but even just doing this, it feels more like a creamy makeup. It's like a creamy makeup feel. It doesn't feel like dry chalk, you know? Sing and funny little videos. Okay, well, welcome, Amy. Not Pan Pastels. It was a sewing project. Oh, so you're just telling us about the cutting it up part, Lynn, not the part as if it will work with Pan Pastels. Yeah, so so somebody needs to do that Pan Pastel foam hack. Someone will need to do that video. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing all the little hearts, and then I'll go back and shade. We'll get back on the girl here in a minute. We'll get back to coloring her in. So yeah, welcome Amy and anybody else that's new. If you're a lurker, that's fine too. But if you want to join in and have people welcome you, feel free to just say hello. Nobody's gonna grill you. I mean, ask you personal questions. We do like to know where you're from because we just like to know where people are from. We're funny that way. Especially if you're from somewhere else in the world. We like to know. We like to welcome different parts of the world. What's the complete name brand of these pastels here today? Pan Pastels, Deb. It's the 80. It's the 80 set. It comes in a box with four trays of colors. I'll show them all here if you want to see them. And it comes with the tools too. It's included in it. You will have to get your own sealer, your own spray. No, I don't want to call it sealer. Fixative. You'll have to get your own fixative. That doesn't come in it. And I've been using two different kinds. I've been using the Grimm Final Fixative, which does not seem to smell as badly. It still smells, but it doesn't seem to linger like the Krylon. And then the Spectra Fix, which is a pump spray, which I haven't done enough practice working on top of. It seals, but I haven't gone back to see what happens when I work on top of it. So I need to do that. Fun foam. I don't know. Fun foam. I have fun foam sheets, Ian. I don't know. Do I have some handy? Here. Going under. I'm under the table. Hang on. I don't think I have any white though. Oh wait, maybe I do. No, that's paper. I've got all different kinds of fun foam that I use for, carving and stamping, but I don't have any white. So the problem with that is you're not going to see your colors as you're not going to see your colors as well. But it has a similar feel, Ian. Let's do a little test, shall we? Let's do an Ian test. Ian said to do a fun foam test. So let's cut a little piece of the fun foam off. I don't know how I gotta do a fun foam tool hack now. I gotta MacGyver this for Ian. No, not this. Oh my gosh, not this, Ian. Hey, Kathy, working Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Welcome, Kathy. So you're not talking about this fun foam. Well, what the heck are you talking about there? Hey, Steph. How you doing? Hey, Debbie from California. It's the kind of the same kind of foam. Ian. Okay, but it does feel kind of similar. I'm trying to, but of course it's not, you don't have the density of this, obviously. But let me see how I can hack this. Let's see. Let's get a tool. Let's see what we can do. Oh my gosh, Ian. Let's see. I have to do a double. Let's see. Let me just cut a little piece off. See, now we got me curious, Ian. But this is why you just buy the tools. Look, guys, this is why you just buy the tools, because it's a lot of work. All right, so let's see if I can do a little wrap around. Now, here's the thing: what kind of glue is going to hold this? Hey, Debbie from Nebraska, welcome. Anybody else popping in? Thanks, lurkers. Thanks, Stephanie. Staple it. Staple it? Then I'll be scratching, right? Well, I can't staple it on this. I'd have to staple it I mean, I can't staple it on. It would go into my tool, wouldn't it? Tape on top. I don't know what kind of tape is going to hold it because it has to be a little piece of tape because I can't go around it because then you're covering up the. Let's just try this. Let's just try to hold it. Let's just try to hold it. Maybe even just, not even, let me just kind of hold it like this. Let's just test it like this. Oh my gosh, you kids, you children. All right. All right. Well, yeah, it is working, but I can tell it is it's not kind of like soaking in. It's like it's making a layer on top thicker. Let's try it with the darker color here. It does feel different. It's not the same. And it could be because this is thin. It's not the density. If this was thicker, I mean, and I have the thicker kind, the kind that's about double. It's about that thick. But it's not the same. It's not soft. But Ian, that was a good idea. All right, let me get another baby wipe here. that was a good idea though, Ian. All right, so let me get back up in here and kind of nice thought about it. So I'm just going over the pencil. And I can always lighten it with an eraser, right? I'm going back and forth. I'm learning it too, people. All right, now let's go back to our hearts. Where are my paper stumps? Do not work the same. I have tried the paper stumps. I would say that maybe if you wanted to get right in, hang on, let's see, let me get one here. Now, this is the big one here, but it's still pointy, so it's okay. If you wanted to get like a tiny little, but look, I'm digging into my pastels. I don't like that. I'd have to put it on here and kind of dig it off of there because I don't want a hole. This is soft and blend. I don't want to put a hole in there. So if you're going to use a stump for like maybe a tiny little area, see, it's not even doing it. It's not even doing it. Let me try it over here just as a test on something else because I've already got so much pastel. Maybe it's because of that. But like I'm trying to get a real dark area right in there. It's not doing it. It's not laying on. Okay. It's not the same at all. It's not even working hardly. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's not the same, people. I'm telling you. The soft tools. It's all about the soft tools. Yeah, that's it, Jean. The paper stump doesn't release the pastel. Yes. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Q-tips, or as Ian in the UK calls them, cotton. Oh, he called them iBuds. You mean earbuds, Ian? Okay, so let's go. I think that's what he meant. I'm teasing you, Ian. So what I'm doing with these, let's see, I got to move over. Got to move. They're starting to pile up over here. I got quite a few of them here. I've got to have some room here. Yeah, soft kitty, warm kitty. So after I put on the, let me sharpen here, a little sharpener. Um, then I went back with the Posca and just put a little touch of white right in there. You can buy those eyeshadows, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm telling you, the materials, Steph, leather, and jade, it's different. This foamy bit it's just a different kind of foam. Now I can go get one of my makeup sponges and see, but I think it's something about what Jean said about the release. It's something about that this material releases the pastel. So I'm just barely touching it and it's coming off. It comes off of this. I think it's all about the release, Jean. I think you had that. I think you had that down. You're going to have to speak English. That was like different from when I last looked at. Oh, well, welcome, Dot. I hope you enjoyed your nap. Just doing a little shading here on the hearts. There's some here behind her head. Then I'll go back with a little bit of Posca and give it that little highlight, which may or may not show up on camera, but I can see it. But you see how we have the pink background already done for us? By doing that first initial coat of pink on the background. Okay, so we got this side now. Let's go with the, you can see here, maybe you can see a little bit. This one. See where that's just a little bit of white? I don't know if you can tell the difference. Let me hold it up a little. See where that has just a little bit of white on those and not further down? I'm stalking my mailman for skin tone set. Ah, yay, Joy. Awesome. Yeah, I would recommend if you want to use if you're buying specifically the Pan Pastel for doing in your color books and you want to do faces, the skin set or portrait set, and I don't know what comes in which, so you'd have to look that up. But for sure, get the skin. And I would tell people that with the Copic markers, get the skin set. You know, get the skin set if you want to do anything with Copics. See that little bit of white? And I just put some on and kind of tapped it. So we're gone from just those kind of hearts right there to these hearts. And if you get too much white, just go back in there, make sure it's dry. Go back in there with your pink and knock back the white if it's too highlighted for you. And guys, remember, now this is I've only done a few, a handful of pieces with the Pan Pastels. Go to the Pan Pastel YouTube channel, and there's other artists there. I did find a couple of Pan Pastel Facebook groups. Thanks, Terry. Terry's good about, well, my mom's good about putting in links. So I'm going to put this back down here to set my hand on. I'm going to do some more shading. So Eileen, let's talk about what you and Janet plan on doing today. Are you going to do some more texture pieces to make journals with, or are you going to actually make the journals today? Or are you on to something else? Didn't y'all get some new magicals or something? What are those new? Did y'all get some kind of sprays or powders? What is Eileen? Enable us, girl. Try to shop, and it did hold on to the Pan Pastel like their applicators did. Yeah, it holds on to the Pan Pastel. You can pick with the makeup sponge. You can pick it up, just like I could pick it up with this. It would pick up, but does it release? That's the thing. Is CB? That's not CB. Is CB speaking in? Did she go to a translator? Yeah, CB. Just telling them to use English. Oh, thank you, CB. Awesome. Aren't you the clever little one going to the translator? Did you go to Google Translator or you have the app? We're going to have to be careful. We'll put you on staff. CB. Um, that's the thing. Does it release? Writing part, write my own music and scripts. Also change both I need an illustrator. Oh, okay, Amy. Well, I'm sure you can find someone to hire. There's plenty of children books illustrators out there to hire. Um, Thanks, Terry. More links. Should I do a coloring page or collage in my traveler notebook insert for today's art put? Are you doing any prompts, Julie? You're not going off any prompts? Are you just doing whatever comes to you? Because that would make the decision right there. Right click on chat and it says translate. It does? Oh my gosh, Ian. See, I didn't know that. Ian, you need a raise. You need a raise, son. Learn something new every day. Did not know that it would translate in the chat itself. Awesome. 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 The tools are cheaper at Blix. Something. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I know you can get the Pan Pastels at Blick. A larger Blick has them in the store, but you can get them online. The individual pastels and the sets and whatnot. Yeah, you can get them individual at the actual store. Now, my store I don't think has them because it's a small store. No, I don't think we can translate Jean's typos, Eileen. Good one. Oh, it's a mod thing. Awesome, Ian. You just click in the general area of the screen. Hi, Light and Laughter. Jean, where do you click? Did you find it? Just click in the middle of the screen and it says translate somewhere, or you click on the person that you want to translate. You click on that person, right click on the person, and it will give you an option to translate. Right click on the three dots. Awesome. Okay. 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 Right click on the three dots. Okay, thanks. On the three dots next to the person that you want to translate. That makes sense. Awesome. Thanks. Well, thanks CB for translating it. Well, but she translated. She's not a mod. Did you use a translating app, CB, when you did it? Well, I thought, Aaron, I thought they said that it only worked for mods. You don't need to be, need me. You don't need to be a mod. Okay, so you don't need to be a mod. Okay. Just Google the okay, but you Google the translator, but you could just do it here without the translator. Oh, but to reply to use Google, then you have to cut and paste. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's all. It's so fun. I love technology when it works. I know that I've gone into Google and gone to Google Translator, not the app, just Google Translator. Um, and so that when somebody leaves a comment in my YouTube channel that's not in English, French or Spanish or whatever, and I want to answer them, like, say thank you for commenting or whatever I want to say, then I can cut and paste a translation. So I know how to do that, but I didn't know about doing, I didn't know about in the chat itself. I see your comments, Iron, I see your comments. Your comments are not going in. I see it. Unless you're talking about the translator, then I don't know. Okay, so there's our little bit of shading on the hearts there. Just a little. Kind of round them off a little bit here. Then we'll go back in there with the white. And see, I can see smudges around the edges. It's pink smudge. It's very light. You may not be able to see it. But, because it's not fixatived yet, you can smear stuff. So you want to try to keep your area as clean as you can. You're off today? Oh, well, hello, good Dolly. Good. Nice to have you. Welcome. I'm just saying it's a mod thing in the sense of a mod using and see what people are saying. Okay, thanks, Ian. Thank you. Okay, so let me continue just a little bit more on the hearts here. We're kind of just going around and seeing. I need to put any more detail. All right, so now I'm going to go in with the Posca. Dee, do you know my name is Linda? No, I did not know your name was Linda. Iron. Well, I know. Because I'm not even sure if that's an I or a lowercase L. So, Linda, but I'll probably forget. If it's not, if I until I talk to you a lot, I'll probably forget that it's Linda. Did you have tried makeup? Yeah, it's not the same. The makeup wedge sponge stuff, it picks everything up. See, that's the thing about all the sponges. It picks it up but it doesn't lay it down the same. It does not lay it back down the same. There's something about the Pan Pastels that it lays down differently. It releases. I think Jean said that. It releases off of the tool or off the sponge material differently than it does with other things. I think that's the best way to describe the difference. But guys, really, these tools are not. It's not like they're $100 a sponge. It's not like Don't go out and buy a sofa. Don't go out and buy a sofa to get the sponge materials. Uh, thank you, Dion. Girls. Okay, so let's do a little of the again. I want to go back in here with the Posca and I'm just putting a little bit of white, and before it dries, I'm just kind of tapping it. So it's not like really a white line. It's like a little white blob. It's a little white splotch. Yeah, you can get packs of them. Yeah, about 20. Yeah, you get a lot in them. And they last a good bit, guys. Now, I will say, I did test them on that. And it could be that it's the same thing that Janet talks about, the sanded kind of pastel paper. It just doesn't say it on this pack. But the matte, it's called Pastels, and it does go down, but it's that particular paper seems to pass up the tools faster. The sponge of the tools, the spongy bit, it seems to it's rough on them. That particular paper. It's not just like your regular pastel mean tints, MITENT, whatever it's called. That kind of pastel paper that's more smooth. It's more like the remember when I did the hydrangeas on the scrapbook paper? That's more smooth. This paper, I'll show it to y'all again because some of you weren't here. The pastel matte, this is quite expensive. And the paper in each sheet has got a piece of wax paper between each one. Let me take the wax paper out here. But I was testing out doing another pug, and the paper, I have this one out. It's very thick. It's like cardstock weight, but it's not as rough. It's because it's strong tooth sanded paper. Yeah. And but I don't know that it was made for Pan Pastels. That's what I'm saying. The Pan Pastel tools get chopped, it works on them. It starts, working on them pretty quick. You don't need fixative with the pastel matte and the pan. Yeah, you need fixative with the Pan Pastels. I don't know about this. Look, let's see. Yeah, it comes up. It comes up not as much. It doesn't come up as much, but it still comes up. My point is with this paper, which it's an awesome paper. Don't get me wrong. It's probably great with lots of forms of pastel, but it eats your tools. It wears on your tools. I mean, they get worn down anyway, but particularly on this paper, it comes up. I mean, it because it's I don't know if it's what's called sanded, because it doesn't say that on the package, you know. But it's nice paper, but it eats those tools up. So, whatever. Just trying to show. Oh, my foot's asleep. I'm sitting on my foot. And it's stuck to the duct tape. Everyone on the Pan Pastel group says that you don't need to spray it. Well, I can lift it with my finger. So, do you have to spray? You don't have to spray any of it. You don't have to. It can come off. Yeah. Yeah, it's a rough paper for pastels. So anyway, I don't know that if you got the Pan Pastels, if that particular kind of paper is, and I found it a little, hi Paula, it's also harder to blend with these tools. Now, maybe if I tried regular pastels with, your stumps and things, it may be the perfect paper for that. But I'm having trouble blending with these tools on that rough paper. The duct tape's holding my chair together. It's a, I love this chair. It's so comfortable, but it has splits in it. So I duct tape the whole thing up with pink floral duct tape, but getting up and down and I sit on my foot. So so I'm constantly rubbing on the edges of the duct tape and it starts to come up. Yeah. Okay, so let's finish the we'll see a little. Did I get all the little Posca bits? I think I got them all. I got the hiccups now. Don't know why. I'm just drinking my cranberry juice. Okay. Now, do I want what kind of, I'm not sure if I want any kind of a glow around it. I think I'll wait on that. Okay, so let's go back to the bow. Again, I know we're talking a lot and stuff. So I'm going to put in some white on some of the edge of the bow. And again, I'm going to kind of blend it out. If it gets too white, and I can also use the eraser, but I'm just trying to put on the highlights right here. I'm just messing with all the different techniques. Um, then I can go back and put more pastel on it. Like I don't like that black edge right there. See the black, the line art. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. You don't have if you don't have black lines, you don't have line art, right? But I don't want that black line there. So I'm gonna go over that black line with a white line and highlight that bow and get rid of the black line. And if it's too white, I'll go back over it with the pink. So I'm just practicing, playing. For Cam. Good idea. Oh, they're probably as much as a chair, though, right? I could just replace the chair. Okay, where's my pink one? Where's my tool that I was using with the pink? Here it is underneath. I'm on a little slanted board. Okay, so there's a little bit of pink on here still, so I can kind of just tap it in. Just kind of go a little bit over some of the white. Just kind of tap it out. I just don't like that harsh black line. So any of the pencil that I put on there, I can just smooth out like that. A little smooth down here. And then also, don't forget, we can go in with our erasers. I'll use the electric one. How's your new job place going, Paula? Your new location. And the thing about the it will get away from you, and it's harsh. If you want harsh lines, especially erased, if you want it softer, then use your kneaded eraser. Oh, something just went away. Message deleted. Okay, thank you, Terry. Um, it's your birthday Saturday, so what did you buy, Paula? I missed it because it wasn't in caps. I mean, I know you probably weren't talking to me, but I still want to know. Happy birthday early. So, what did you buy? We want to know, or I want to know. I didn't see what you're going to buy. Or you ordered? Did you order something? See, this is getting away from me here. I'm going to go in here with my location's fine, but the shift still sucks. Okay. Bye, Kenneth. Thanks for stopping by. What are you getting for your birthday, Paula? We all have to know the enabling. You know that. You too, Scoops. Thank you. All right. So I'm just going to kind of smooth out with my kneaded eraser. And see, then it picks up the pastel, so you have to keep getting a clean spot like you do with the baby wipe. She ordered the pans. Oh, yay, Paula. Oh, my gosh. Welcome to the Pan family. Oh, she did. Oh, y'all are teasing. She got the watercolors that Xander showed. Well, then welcome to the watercolor family. Doesn't sound the same. Uh, so I'm just kind of, putting in and taking out, putting in, taking. Because I'm just playing. I'm testing. This is all. It's all learning curve for me too, guys. Does anyone know how the price of pan pastels on Michael? Pan pastels are not sold at Michael's, Picola. Blick. You have to get them they're not at Hobby Lobby either. They're at Blick, probably Jerry's Artorama, Amazon, and from the Pastel Company. But they're not at Hobby. Well, at least I've never seen them in all the years I've gone to Hobby Lobby and Michael's. I've never seen them. Oh, online. Oh, okay. They're sold online. Okay. See, I didn't know that, Picola. I did not know that they were sold online. I don't ever buy online because I have my Michael's is 3 miles. Now my Hobby Lobby is 3 miles. My Michael's is 5 miles. So I don't order from either one of them online. Okay, well that's good to know though, Picola. Thank you. See, we're learning all kinds of things. Terry's putting in the link for the shimmer watercolors. Jerry has them on sale. Oh, Elaine, you're turning into an Eileen. Elaine. Jerry's Autorama has them on sale. Okay. And Eileen's putting in the link for the Paul Rubens watercolor. Are those the shimmer ones that y'all are talking about, Eileen? Paul Rubin ones? Okay, let me get off the bow for a while. I need to go back in there with like maybe the light pink. Well, let's see here. Where's my sponge here? Let's get some of the light pink mixed with a little bit of the pink, but a little bit darker than what it was. And let's just get in there and do a little light blend with the light pink. And again, then I can go back in here with pencils again, or it's a learning curve, and you just go back and forth between the pencils and the eraser and the pastels, and see, there we go. Okay, so those are the ones you're talking about. Okay, and that's different than then there's also what was the ones Patty has the creamer ones, and I think yeah, they went to the retreat girls went to the factory in New York. Are those is that a different one altogether? Yes, I do, Millie. Yes, Millie. I will fixative it later, and I can fixative it now, and then come back and put more on. Even though it's called a final fixative, you can put more fixative on it. But I try to fixative it at least as possible. And as long as I'm careful with not smearing, um, for the most part, whoops, that's the wrong thing. For the most part, you can just clean them on a paper towel like this. And even though they're stained, they're really not dirty, but you can wash them. I haven't washed mine yet because I've just been using them. But yeah, you can wash them. And what I like about here's the thing, like for instance, here I've got pinks and reds on this one. I got some oranges and some skin colors on that one. I got this one. I have blues on. These are still active. I can still pick those colors up. See, I have another one in here somewhere. What's on the other one? Got another one in there somewhere. Got different ones. See than the little ones. See, I got different colors blended on here. And these you can still use them. Mine's tear. This one tears the easiest because it's the thinnest. Okay, this is the only one I've really had to replace, and it's starting to get a little worn. But what you can do too, guys, is if you've used this for a while and it gets worn, then take it off and turn it over, and you have another side to it. Yeah, this one is but you know, you can there's this kind here, the little makeup type look brush, and these are replaced. We just pop those out. See, you just pop those out, and then just pop them back in, or turn it over, or you know, whatever. So yeah, on the tool. I'm not sure what you're talking about on the tool. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You could probably try the web. They're the Pan Pastel site. You know. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to go back in? Let's go back into. Oh, I know it. Let's go into her outfit because I want to show what I'm going to do here. So, um, her collar is going to be the detail. You know what? Let me maybe I'll do. Yeah, I want to do the lime green first. Okay, let me just get the lime green. I'll put a base coat because it's going to be lime green in the leaves, and then I'll go in there and do. Let me do the background black with the Prisma or black poly, either one. I'll do the background because I think it's going to be really pretty. All right, so this side's clean. So I'm going to get the lime green. So the collar is going to be lime green and pink. Well, there is a little bit on there. Let me clean that off. And I'll get in here with pencil and shade. But this gives you a base. But I wanted to get the color in here so you can see it's going to be a very dramatic dress. Very dramatic. Okay, so it's going to be lime green there, and then the leaves are going to be lime green. I'm just going to pop in a little bit here because I'll go in there with pencil for the most part, but I just want to kind of find the leaves a little bit. Janet, are you ready for Survivor? Survivor is going to be coming up next month. There's a few of us that we all watch Survivor together and tweet it on on Twitter. Um, let's see, some in there, right there, right here. But I didn't see you come in, Mr. Q. I'm sorry I missed seeing you. Hope you have a good day. You're ready for Survivor? Yeah, me too, Janet. I hope it's a good season. I mean, we've had some good seasons and bad seasons. There's some of us that have watched it since day one, since the very first Survivors. And I know sometimes it's cheesy. Oh, it's all set up. Well, we don't care. Oh, just kind of looking. There's a little one there. There's a flower. Just kind of looking around for the leaves just a little bit. Because I'm going to go in here with black in the background. All right. Now, just for the drama effect, I am going to get out. I love my black and white. And then you want to think I sharpened a new one yesterday. I missed what you and Eileen are going to do today. What'd you order, Eileen? I missed what you're ordering. I'm going to keep working while Oh, I do want to get this pink collar in, though. I want to get this in here. Let me sharpen that. I want to see what Eileen ordered. Black watercolor ground. Oh, okay. So all y'all are going to be, don't make me buy any new watercolors. If y'all want that, go see Jean. Don't make me order any more watercolor. I just use my little sets. I don't do a lot of watercolor. I use it as backgrounds, base coating in color book, or every now and then I'll do a little watercolor painting, like those little ones that I was doing for you guys, for you mods, the little ones. I started those with a base of watercolor, but always pencil on top. I need the shimmer. But you know what though? You say I need the shimmer. I don't even use my magicals that much, Eileen. Of course, I know there's just not enough time to do everything. I don't use my magicals. Don't make me buy shimmers. So I'm not that zoomed in, but I think y'all can see pretty well, fairly well anyway. Now I'm going to kind of feather that out a little. And again, the base coat, the base of the little lace trim here is already done with the pink, the light pink pastel. You ordered it. Oh, y'all are talking about the watercolors. I was going to say, Janet, did you order the shimmers too? Oh my gosh, you girls. Paula, did you see where Janet's doing your like swatching thing? She's rocking it, or she did. I don't know if she's still doing it. Bye, Kenneth. Thanks for stopping in. Are you back on the clock now every day with school starting? He's probably already left, so. You're still doing it, Janet? I love those. Janet is doing grunge. Yes, she did, Paula. I'm going to speak for her. She sure did. All right, now I'm going to go in with the madder, the like rose madder or whatever it just called madder, and get right in those little crevices just to make it. I'll hold it up here in a minute. Right, a little bit of shadow, right, detailed. See, this is the kind of thing you really, I guess you could figure out how to do it with Pan Pastels, but you just, that dark, tiny little areas that you want to get detailed. I'll hold it up halfway here. Okay, so see where I've gone halfway around her collar with the two shades of pink on top. Now there's a light coat of pink on the collar that you can barely see. Then I've gone in with the two colors of pencil on top. You're going to be constructing the journals today? Even I started a swatch journal, and I hate to swatch. CB said, "Did you tweet those, CB? We need pictures. We need pictures." As Carrie Love used to say, if we can't see a picture, it didn't happen. Yeah, thank you. We can block. Thank you for the mods hopping on. Mods are quick. Tell ya, mods are quick. Thank you, mods. You like that, AJ? Hey, Kathy Berg. Have you busted out your Pan Pastels lately? Didn't you get some too, or had some? I want to know what everybody's working on. I want to see pictures, people. Pictures. We need pictures. You don't have any pictures, Carol? Well, take some. You're on Twitter. Post some pictures. You're working on Janet. All right, so let me go back with the light pink and just kind of Make sure that's nice and feathered in real quick. I'm taking my time, guys, and believe it or not, I'm thinking about, it's in my head what's working and what's not working as I'm doing this, like what works better? Do I need pencil here? Do I need more pastel right there? It's so as I'm doing it, I am storing information. I'm trying to talk about as much of it as I can, but I'm also reading chat because that's what's fun for me. I have Didi and have had mine for a while. I use them in my art journaling to blend in the white space. Recently, Kathy, or maybe you did it and I didn't know it was Pan Pastels. You need to get the shimmer ones. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me tell you which shimmer ones I have. The shimmer ones do not come in the 80 set. But some of the ones that Bernadette sent me, I'll tell you what ones I have. Fine. This is great for blending, making other things really darker, and it's just good for painting. And then the other shimmers I have are not these, so it's just these. So these are the ones I have. I have rich gold, copper, bronze, pearlescent green, pearlescent violet, and pearlescent red, which is really a pink. So those are pearlescents and golden bronze. And gold, bronze, rich gold, copper, rich gold, and bronze. Those are the metallic colors. I don't have silver. I don't know if there is a silver. I think there's a silver, but I don't have silver. And then these were the other sets she sent me. And there's the white blender, the white colorless blender, which is another one I haven't really used. I haven't used the colorless blender. So yeah, this little girl's adorable. Oh, thanks, Wendy. It's out of the Momo Girls. This is the cover of Momo Girls color book without the dust jacket. This is what it looks like when you go to order it. This is what the book looks like. I have to get a job to purchase. Yeah. Um, they run about. They run about the same as one Copic. So you buy a Copic or you buy one of these. Yeah, I haven't really used it, Kathy. The blender, yeah. If it's like other blender mediums, it really is like an eraser more than a blender. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I have to. I'm still working. We haven't done her face much yet, but I wanted to get down in here because I wanted y'all to see the color when we put the black in the background. Now I'm going to use the Prisma black, but what I'm going to do now is, and I still haven't done other than just a base coat of pink on the flowers and green on the leaves. I'm going to do the background first. And I'm not going to say I'm going to sit here and do the whole background, but I'm going to do the background of her dress is going to be black. It's going to be very dramatic. It's going to be very stand out. As you can see, your little girl reminds me of my little rascal. So yeah, she kind of does. Yeah, she kind of does. When I was a kid, I had a crush on what was it, the guy's name of the Alfalfa. Yeah, when I was like a little kid, I mean, I'm talking like before I even went to school. I had a crush on Alfalfa. Freckles with his piece of hair sticking up. Oh, thanks, Essie. I'm trying here. And again, it's all a learning process for me too. And don't forget Sammy, color and chat with Sammy. She just got her Pan Pastels. I don't know if she's still here. Um, she's going to her regular. I'm not sure exactly what her regular stream time. If she or Susan are here, they could tell you her exact stream time. Pan Pastels in the 80 set breaks out to $3.86 each. Yeah. How much are they individually, Terry? I think they're like $7 or six something. About the same price as a Copic. I'm not talking about on sale, just retail, normal retail price. But they're, of course, they're cheaper when you buy a set. That's the same thing with Copics or anything. You haven't tried mixing. Are you talking about, Kathy? Are you trying with the colorless blender, or am I missing something? You're probably talking about something else because it wasn't in caps. I try to keep up with some of the conversation amongst you guys. Okay, need to sharpen again. And I'm just putting hard pressure solid black. At Blick, they're $5.79 each. Yeah, when you buy them separately. Yeah. Night, Melody. Thank you again. Thanks so much. Melody's the one that gifted me this book. So we've been working a few pages in it here and there. Thank you so much. She also gifted us one that we gave away. And Tammy's probably not here right now, but Tammy won the Serene last week. Well, anyway, a week and a half ago. So it's supposed to be there today. Can't wait for her to get that. She'll be so excited to get her Serene that Melody sent us for gifts. And she won the Serene giveaway. But I'm tracking it. Should be, oh, there you are. Okay, yeah, it should be there today according to tracking. I didn't track it today, but that's what the tracking package said, or the tracking label says. Are you excited, Tammy? I know she is. Do we know if they are color fast? Light fast? I think they are because I have their brochure. When I first got them, I read their brochure. Where's my? Let's see here. Hang on, Ian. We'll look. I'm pretty sure they are color fast, light fast. Low dust, high pigment. I'm looking. I read the story out loud last time we were here. The colors have excellent light fastness and are fully erasable. So they're called excellent light fastness, Ian. Good question. Thank you for asking. Or maybe that was Julie. Sorry, I thought it was Ian. Maybe it was, yeah, they're light fast according to Blake. Yeah, thanks, Terry. Well, I'm sorry, Julie. I thought Ian, maybe both of y'all did. Yeah, Ian and y'all both asked. Yeah. But I have to say, guys, even, and I know you have to be somewhat, you don't want to use too inexpensive a product if you're doing like commissions or something. But I've never, even with Prismacolor, I've been doing Prismacolor portraits for I don't know how long. Now, I can't say if somebody puts them in direct sunlight for 20 years what they'd end up like, but I've never had anybody say that there's a faded. So, and I don't seal them. I don't seal my pencil drawings. So, but for myself, my personal art, I don't care if things are light, fast, permanent, or whatever. Even back when I did my scrapbooking. Now, and I'll qualify that by saying, do not use those. I don't even think they make them anymore. Those kind of scrapbooks where you peel up and you stick something down, that old glue like that will definitely ruin your photos. But other than not using that kind of thing, even when I was doing scrapbooking, I would use paint, markers, I use anything. So, so you got to kind of just balance it out to what, if you want it to be around in 100 years, 200 years, or, 20 years or whatever. Okay, I got to sharpen again. Can y'all see okay? I mean, I can zoom in, but then you won't see the whole face. You'll just see down here, and really not a lot to see. I'm just kind of filling in the background. I would think now, and this is just my opinion. I don't know for a fact, Gene or Ian. Ian would probably know too. He's been doing watercolors for, um, I guess, a long time. That watercolors might be something that might fade fairly easy. Watercolors could be a issue. Thank you, limo. I wanted it to be dramatic. Um, Ian or Jean, watercolors would probably be a thing. But then I have that Brad's boots that I have hanging up in my hall out here. I've never put it in direct sunlight, and it's 20 years old. Maybe, yeah, maybe 20 years old, something like that. And it's not faded. And I just use, probably one of those little Winsor and Newton sets or something like that. 30 years. Ian said 30 years. Bye, Jennifer. Thank you for popping in. Good to see you. Not many watercolors have great white fastness if you have artist quality and not student quality. Okay. It's the main issue with pro watercolors. See, y'all know. Although colors like alizarin crimson are fugitive because of the pigment itself. Like, are they fugitive, like on the run? Are they on the lam? Or is alizarin crimson on the lam? Bye, Terry. Thank you. Thanks so much, my Miss Maud. Here, wait, before you go, Terry, let me give you a send off here. Wait, Terry. We try to open the show with Terry, and we will, Terry has to go. So, have a good day, Terry. uh, who's your birthday twin, Tammy? I know Terry's birthday is in about less than 2 weeks, right, Terry? I forgot. I have it written down. I don't remember exact date. 25th, Terry? Who's your birthday twin? Is that your birthday twin, Tammy? Is your birthday the same as Terry's? Okay. Okay, so y'all, and Paula's is coming up too. Let me get my thing. Paula's is this coming Saturday. Paula's is the 18th. And then Terry and Tammy are on the 25th. So be older on Wednesday. I think I have the right day for Paula. I think that's the right day. I hope I have the right day written down. Bye, Terry. Oh, that's why Serene's extra special. Oh, well, good, Tammy. I'm glad you won it then. So, yeah, I'm just solid pressuring in the black here. No shading, just solid black background. Then I'm going to shade the leaves and the flowers. But it's a lot easier to find the leaves and the flowers if the black background is done. It's easier to see, you know? Oh, okay. Well, oh, lots of birthdays. Thanks. Yeah. Really, Paula? No. Oh my gosh, Paula, it seems like when I met you, you were 21. Oh my gosh, Paula, really? That is just hard to believe. I'm seriously hard to believe, Paula. Really. No, she's not, Eileen. Oh my gosh. I gotta say, my 50s were probably my best. My 50s were good. And going into the 60s, that's so far so good. I don't think, just to tell you the truth, guys, I really don't feel, I don't think about it. Hubster go, how old are you? How do you old do you feel? I feel about 30. Feel about 30. Even though, and I've had some medical issues and stuff that I've been through. But once I got through them, then I go back to feeling 30. Go through the medical stuff, then you go back to being 30. Yes, I am, Tammy. I am. But I don't talk about my age because I don't feel, but I mean, if y'all think about it, I got two almost grown grandchildren and one that's, into the teens almost. You feel like you're 12, 14 on a good day. uh, yeah. So, I'm not 88, Joycey. I'm 30. I told you I'm 30. Hey, is that Orla? Angel Orla? Is that you? Well, Connie, there's a couple people, I won't name names, Eileen, who have you beat, Connie. She's not saying that she never said, denies her age. I mean, she knew Dick Clark and went to American Bandstand as a teen, so she's not shy about her age. Sorry, Eileen, called you out, girl. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, I know you did not babysit Dick Clark. You babysat Dick Clark's children or child. I never said you babysat Dick Clark. Somebody said that one time, but I didn't say it. Probably Janet. Janet probably said it. Yeah. And I don't know. I like young people. I like hanging out with young people. I like talking to young people. I visit a lot of young people's channels and interact with them. And I just don't, you know, I don't know. I like all ages. I grew up loving old people. I've always loved old people. And then when you start to almost be one, then you love them even more. Oh, Joy just got her pan pastels. They're so pretty. Hug them and pet them. Oh, I got to show the sets because I know people are asking. Let me finish this little bit of background here, guys, and then we will. I'll show the pan pastels. I'm not going to obviously not going to finish her. I want to maybe do a little more on her face because this kind of thing. I think y'all got the idea here. Yeah. Should we? Should oh, I forgot what I was going to say. No, it's not because I'm old. Oh, young people. So I like visiting young people's channels and interacting. I think my grandkids think I'm pretty cool sometimes, unless I'm wearing woolsey. Then they don't want to walk with me when I'm wearing woolsey. you know, my wolfie hat. It's not a real wolf, it's faux fur, people. Don't email me. But they don't even want to hang out with me when I'm wearing wolfie because I'm too cool for school. I just enjoy everybody's age because everybody has, you know, the young people keep you fresh thinking, and the older people have the experience and the life experience and the wisdom. And you know, it's a balance. You know, you listen to both and talk. Of course, these days it's a little harder to talk on the internet than it used to be, but it still can be done. Uh, yeah, and I don't. There's a few of us that are the same age, Limo. I won't call anybody out, Janet. We're all, but see, none of us have ever, you know, not said how old we are. We just don't talk about it a lot. You know, we just don't go around talking about how young we are. You know, Eileen doesn't brag about how young she is. So we should just, you know, respect that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he did, Orla. That was yeah, that was this last year. Yeah. That is Orla, right? Angel, are you Orla Angel? Because we have a couple of angels. We have more than one angel. You're not older than dirt, Janet. We're getting there. Okay, you are Orla. Okay, I wasn't quite sure because we have a couple angels. We have a few faiths. Got a few faiths. Faithfulness. Um, art. Um, oh, where's Mark? His friend Faith. And congratulations again. I don't know if Mark's still here, but congratulations again for the promotion, Mark. Okay, I think I got the most. I might have missed a couple spots, but I can always just go back in there and add it, you know. And then I think I want pink piping. I'm just going to put pink piping on her sleeves here. There's nothing wrong with Wolfie. I love my Wolfie. I love that picture Denise took of me buried in the color books. She took that when she was here. I laid down on the floor and she covered me with color books. Uh, so I'm so old. I remember when a phone had a real weight and heft. Oh yeah, yeah. We a star. Okay, so again, I know you can barely see it, but there's a light coat of pink on the flowers and lime green on the leaves. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to get back to her face. Let me show you. Oh, I have half the sets are out. Well, let me show you. Here's some of the ones that I have out. Let me move my sponges and erasers and tools. So here's the ones I have out. Let me move the, okay. And I have it on a board that's propped up. So here's the ones I've taken out of the cases. Maybe I should put them back in the cases. And again, these are the two that Bernadette sent me. I think they're just random selections. I think she just picked these out. She asked me if she could send me some samples. And the metallics. This one does. And then this is just some random colors that she sent me. Okay. And then in the sets, here is the greens here. Again, And the oranges, you like these. I'm not sure. I have to put them back in the right order. But, I think this is this one, this one. Maybe it's this one and this one. No, it's not the green. Anyway, I think this is this set here. Okay. And I'm just putting them on top because I'm still using these. Then there's the grays and neutrals. There's this, and this all comes in the 80s kit, the set with 80. Let me take the lid off because it's got a big glare. Okay, so there's these colors. They look prettier out of the plastic too. We are setting up a DD foundation for comic book guys. Yeah, I know, right? So there's these are grays and Payne's gray blue color ones, and then these browns and neutrals over on this side. And then here's the greens, which I have I did take out. This is where the lime green one goes, right there. So you can see how pretty they are. And then here is the purples and some red. I think it's iron oxide is what it's called, red iron oxide. So we got the blues, the purples, red iron oxide, and then this one goes in there. So there's these colors. And you can also stack them. I don't stack them. I have some of the lids. You can stack them all up and with the lids in between, put the lids on them like this, because they all screw together if you want to. But you can't really see them. You can't see what colors they are. I mean, you might know that that's your yellow stack. And then you have the lid for the final one. And if you buy them individually, this is how they come, right? Like that with the lid on them. And then you can stack them if you want. They all screw together. But I want to be able to see them and use them and bust them out. We got to bust those babies out. Okay, so now let me tilt this back up on my board. I have a box right here. So I have a box right up here. And then my board just kind of sits on it, keeps the glare down. And it's just, easier to move around. All right, so let's do a little bit more on our face and we're going to go. We've been here for 3 hours. I try to keep it between 3 and 4. And then Janet comes on at 1 with her minion, Eileen. And Jean comes on at 4. And she's working on a cool watercolor of a globe, a glass globe. So, did I miss somebody? Hey, 3G, how you doing? Anybody else I missed? Let me clean my hands again because they get dusty just, handling everything. So let's just do a little bit more. Let's do a little in her eyes. She's going to have green eyes. So I'm just going to get pencils here. I'm going to just grab my Prismas because they're handy. I'm going to do green eyes. I'm going to get a lime green and green. So let's go ahead and do her eyes at least. So let's just start with the lime, chartreuse, and just put chartreuse in the iris there. I'll zoom in a little bit for the face here. It's probably not very, let's see if we can autofocus it. And a little bit of light, maybe. Brighten it up just a little. Maybe a little. There we go. Hello. Hey, Chi Brody, it's been a while. Good to see you, girl. Gee, you've been working on some collabs, haven't you? With what's her name? I forget her name. Hey, June. All right, so let's see here. It's a little, because I'm a little zoomed in, so it's a little fuzzy. Not too bad, I don't think. All right, so again, when I do pupils, eyeliner, and all that, I do that with my, now I'm not going to be able to find my Sharpie pen. I'm going to have to dig out another one. I have another Sharpie pen handy. Here's one. I use a Sharpie pen, and I do need to go back and put some red in her eyebrows. Let's see, where's my, let me see here. So let me get my sponge here. I'm just going to put a little color in her eyebrows here. I can go back and darken it here and there, or get in there with pencil too. I just want to put a little on her eyebrows. And so I use a Sharpie pen for pupils, eyeliner, and all that. So let me just get in here, and eyelashes too. Now I do recommend, even though I'm don't do what I say, or don't do I'm going to go against my rule of putting in the eyeliner and the eyelashes until you have the skin done behind. Because if I go in there with pastel behind it's going to get on the eyelashes. It's going to lighten the eyelashes back out. Oh, good. Thanks for lurking, G. Thank you. So I'm going to get in here really dark on the line, and let's see if you can see the difference. Can you see the difference? Because color book grayscale or gray line is not black for the most part. There's a few color books that have really dark black ink, and some don't have it on purpose, so that you're not fighting dark lines, right? But what that means is when you go to do eyes, the back inside of the mouth back in there, it's not black. It's not dark. Same thing, maybe just a little nostril, if there's any nostril showing. Okay, let me see. Maybe that's a little, it's okay. Hang on, guys. Let's trying to keep the color true. I'm going to show you on my desk when I'm going to pan across my desk here in just a minute. Okay, and same thing for these lower lashes. Until you have all the skin around everything done, you really don't want to do this. But I want to show y'all how I will do it eventually. And I'm not going to have time, obviously, to finish. Okay, and then I'll take a little bit of, where's my white pencil? White pencil, let me dig one out here. And I want to go over the lime green, or the chartreuse green. I want to lighten the bottom half. I'll see if you can see the difference. Can you see the difference between the light under this eye and not in that eye? You see how flat that iris is? And see, this gives it a little, and depending on how big, how much space you have, you can get more room, more detail. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go in with my Posca. Using my, it does make a difference with that black. Then I'm going to go in here with my Posca and go over the white highlights, and sometimes I even add extra highlights. And I usually add just a tiny highlight right at the bottom of the iris, just a little bit. And there's not a lot of the whites of her eyes showing, but you want to shadow that too. There's not much showing, but I'll try to do a little bit just so you can see. Look like a blue. And just put a little bit, even if you go back up into the eyelash area, that's like, okay. Now I did notice that one of her pupils is not quite round. You do want their pupils to be round. So even to me, even if a color book artist doesn't get it quite perfectly round, I round them out. Okay. And then if the white line at the bottom is too harsh, then just kind of knock it back with your pencil. You can go back and forth. Okay. And then also in the corner of the eye, I like a little tiny highlight in the corner. Now she doesn't have much white showing in her eye, so it's a little trickier, you know. And depending on how much space you have, if the eyes are really big, then you can put lots of iris lines. You know, I can take a darker green and get some iris lines in there. You know, the how an eye looks like. You know, here's a pupil, and you know how the lines look like that in the eye. Not that exact, but you know they have little flecks in them. Depending on how much room you have, you can get some of those flecks in there. See, you just want the Pan Pastels enable. I know, but yeah, I think you'll like them, especially doing skin. All right, so now I haven't done much more on the skin here, like her nose. So you can see where you can see get a tool here, and where's my other sponge? You can see with some of the grayscale. See the grayscale there still. So I want to get in there with a little bit of orange and pink to make it kind of a peachy color, but not as dark as her cheeks. So I'm gonna have to maybe get a little bit more here on there. Kind of blend. That's what it's so much nicer to blend on the sponge, blending on the sponge. Because you try to get in here and try to blend on the actual skin, and it's just going to get too big. You know, it's going to get the blending is going to get too big. Of course, you can go back here and erase. You know, I want a smaller. I want the little one of the little makeup type. Where's one of those? I'm going to show you on my desk here in just a minute. I want one of these. Let's make sure it's clean. A little bit more on her lips. I have to get in there with the pencil. Try to get as much blending as I can with the Pan Pastels, and then you go in there with the pencil. And same thing for the hair. See, it's just based in there. Oh, thanks, Sammy. Well, we're going to enjoy watching you bring your girls to life. If y'all didn't know or weren't here, Sammy got her some Pan Pastels, and she'll be streaming. I need a little bit lighter here. She'll be streaming her Pan Pastels, and she'll be doing girls, I'm sure, in hers because she does awesome faces just with pencil. So I'm sure she will get in there with her Pan Pastels. So I just want to kind of blend here. And I can always go back in with, I want her cheeks real rosy. I don't want to get rid of that too much. I want to even put a little bit back on. I want her cheeks really rosy, little girl cheeks all rosy like that. It's not how you would wear your makeup, but it's how a little girl's rosy cheeks would look. Then because I went over the top of those little hearts, I'm going to have to go back in there because I lightened them up by going over them with the pastels. I go back in there and put them back in. And the same thing for her. Let me go back here. Let me clean this off. I almost want nothing on there. And I just want to kind of feather. Feather blend that in. I'm going to want to go in here, a little under her nose, on the nose. Some of this stuff's going to have to be in there with pencil because I can't get in there tight, small enough, But I want to put freckles on her. So there's already some grayscale on her. And I'm going to kind of work with the grayscale that's on there. And then let me just get like a sienna. Okay. And then we're going to head out. Can you back over the eyelash? Can you black on the eyelash? Yes, that's one of the things about Janet McKinney. You can go back and forth between the Pan Pastels and the pencil. You can go back and forth, back and forth. And I haven't even sprayed it yet to put a seal to it or a fixative to it. And then you can go back and even do more. But before you fixative it, make sure you got anything erased that you want to erase. Because remember, we can go in here and lighten things, like for instance, down the center of her nose here. I want this a little lighter going down the center of her face. So you keep putting layers and you can get it back. You can get it too dark again. The tops of her eyebrows. Okay. A little bit more up the top of her face here. And then if you erase too much, you just go back and put some more. Right? Okay, I want it light across her lip here. See how it's got pink on there? Oops. You want to clean that off. So you take a piece of paper or something and just, go on top of it. Or I have another one over here that's thicker. And you just work it off. Okay. Well, actually, I need the thinner one. Where's the other one? I got a pile here. Where's my other eraser? Here it is. Clean that off. Do you have Conquer Pan Pastels? Well, I'm learning them. I don't think you ever conquer a medium. You never fully learn it. And I can get in there with more detail with the eraser. So that's a nice thing about the Pan Pastel, is the erasing. And I still want to get in there more and blend more. I want a little bit around the side of her face here. Needs lightening. And I'll keep working it. Okay, but let's put a few little extra hairs. I like to do my eyebrows so that they don't look flat. So I will add my own. You can even add extra ones. Add your own little extra eyebrows. You can do them a couple shades. I'm just putting in the sienna right now. So can you see how I've added extra hairs in her eyebrows? And now I want to make sure, just to show y'all, because I don't want to forget. I'm not really done with all the skin and all that, but I want to, we're wrapping it up. So I want to make sure and get her freckles in there. And when you do freckles, don't do dots. Do like little, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to do it big, but you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just doing little dots like this, but what I'm doing is this, but little. Okay, I'm kind of doing that, but littler, just so you can see I'm not doing this. I'm not doing like, find a spot here. I'm not doing this like you would do a star or something in the sky. I'm doing this. Some lighter, some darker, because that'll look more natural. Don't go in there and make her look like, just, well, I mean, you could have a star system on her nose if you want. But All right, I got to get back in here real quick with my little hearts on her cheek again. She might have a few coming over here on the side. You know, she is a little redhead with her little freckles. See? Yes, not polka dots, exactly. And just, don't overdo. Even if the kid has freckles all over their face, it's better not to do, don't do that. And so I still have her tongue, her mouth, her lips. I still got a lot to do here, but I think we made good progress. I will post it when I'm finished, but I hope y'all got a good, another little taste of doing. And again, I'm going to do the little flowers down here. I'm going to do them the same as I did the other flowers, except they're just going to be in pink, shades of pink. And then the collar too is lime green. But I'll put that might be a little too dark. Let me go, yeah, maybe one less moss green. So I can do a little bit of shading on the collar, just more or less to get rid of the black lines. And then maybe, just maybe a little bit of shading with the moss. And you can always go over that with the Pan Pastel so you don't see any pencil line. So you can put in a little bit of shading here like this. I need a grilled cheese. I have to go. I gotta go eat. Try to make it over to Janet, see what kind of binding she's going to do on those journals. Okay. So something like this, just to give it, and you can keep working it. Keep working it back and forth. But then you can take your Pan Pastel. Let me get a kind of an olivey green color here. Maybe this one. And then just kind of go over it. It's not quite green enough. Oh, well. I can erase it, but I'm just going to put a little bit of the shadow right over the top. See, I'm putting it right over the top of where I did the pencil. And I'll go back with the lime green that I started with. And blend that in. And you could do the blending on a sponge, like we did some of the other colors. Janet caught you live. Oh, yeah, Janet, yeah, she caught her live the other day, G, yeah. Just doing a little bit of blending with the lime green on top of the other colors there, just kind of softens it. And remember, if you go out of lines, if you say go out of lines, if you get it on her skin or something, you can erase as long as you don't fixative it. Make sure before you fixative that you look it over real careful, because you can put more on top. You can put more. See, like I got her cheeks on, but I haven't done down in here. You can put more on top, but you can't erase it back to white. You can't get it back. Okay. All right. So let me show you my desk. So you can see what I'm working with here. Let me zoom out. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Okay, so there we're going to zoom all the way out. So you can see how small we were working, because she's only as big as my hand. So here we go. I'm going to move my camera. Okay, I'm going to move the camera. Let me take it down. I'll take it down here. Hang on. All right, so here's where we're sitting. We're sitting right there. Here's where you guys are. Here's my drink, my phone. Here's where I clean off my. Oh, thank you, Limo. Norma, you do too much, Norma. Oh, thank you, Norma. And then I know if this makes you dizzy, just kind of look away. So here's where we're working. We're working on a board, right? So here's the board we're working on. So it's tilted. Here's the tilt. And then this is my, where I sit right here. So you can see, here's all the, and then behind the computer, see, behind the computer back there. So yeah, so let me hang you back up. Oh, let me show Ian this. Hang on. So there's my ring light. It's covered with, sorry guys, it's not really, I'm trying to show you my setup. So here's where you hang. You guys hang off of here. And when I want to move you around, I just do this. See, I can just move the camera like that. It's just on a yardstick. And then I have my ring light right here covered up with some paper so it's not fully bright. Okay, then I have another lamp up there. Well, where'd it go? It's backwards. I have another light. Anyway, I don't know where it went. And I have this light over here. They're all daylight bulbs. So, so this is, yeah. And then I take my cord and I tape my cord up so that it doesn't hang and doesn't blow in the fan. So the fan blowing on there. You like my pencil cubbies? Yeah, I built that. I built the pencil cubby out of a black foam core. And yeah, I've drawn it out how I've done it, but I can't really build one because I have to sit on the floor and cut and score and cut foam core. And it's kind of hard to show that on camera without a complete like reset up. So thanks, Pacola, for putting in Janet's link. And thank you again, Norma. Norma, that is so sweet of you. Thank you. I can't tell y'all how much the super chat means when y'all donate to the channel. And we buy more things for the channel. I'm going to get a new, I showed y'all the new snowball mic I'm getting. Let me go back to Amazon here. So I'm going to buy this. So I'll consider that you just bought me this, at least half of it, Norma. Thank you. You bought us a new snowball microphone. Buy some skin colors. That's what I would recommend. Buy a few skin colors and see if you like it. See if you like it. Not everybody. I mean, I did not think I would like Pan Pastels because of the chalkiness. Well, they're not chalky. They're not dry and chalky. So, and then the other thing, remember after we get done here, it will probably take 2 or 3 hours, hopefully not longer than that. I've only had one video that had an issue that was longer than 3 hours. But it will take about 3 hours to fully render the long videos with the chat because I saved the chat. So it takes time for YouTube to render the video and the chat live. Okay? You're welcome. Thank you, guys. You mods are always so sweet. Eileen's already running off to Janet's. Janet and her got projects to do.